shit.
And we're live. Good morning, everybody. Welcome
Look at the
in.
overlay! It's so sick!
Oh my god.
Welcome into today's episode of Morning Ritual. There's a little bit of a rebrand going on this channel, and as such, we swapped out our overlay. Hype
Holy
training
crap.
coming.
Hype
What?
train.
Hype
Hell
train
yeah.
incoming.
Hype
guys.
train.
Yes.
Thank y'all so much for that little hype train that we've got going in chat. It is September, so if you want to subscribe to the channel, it is at a discount right now for the month of September. But yeah. How's everybody doing? How's everybody feeling?
I'm more excited now that I've seen this overlay in the intro. Like, damn.
Yeah. I've been working hard trying to get everything going. And if you look at the channel itself, you'll also see that we've got new logos, we've got new panels.
Camera.
Oh, what? It's all good.
Sorry.
What?
No. 1 second, y'all. So sorry. I went to go join the things for captions and it broke my camera.
Oh my gosh.
As it does.
It looks like a
so
Warhol
hard.
painting. Is that Warhol who does the Campbell's chicken noodle soup?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Probably.
I don't know art. I'm uncultured.
So
All
give me
right.
just a second, everybody.
You're all good. Don't worry about it. Take your time. But yeah, we've got it's a Critical Misses staff meeting today. Did I just use this to talk with some of my favorite people about stuff, about channel things? Probably. Hi, I'm one of your hosts, Anita. My pronouns are she, they. And yes, occasionally Noir's camera does go black and white because he wants to be film noir.
Thank
you, Sam.
I'm just gonna be transparent with everybody. One of us stayed up very late to prepare for a marathon supporting the WGA in SAG.
Oh,
It
hell
was
yeah.
me. So, have I slept? No,
Will you sleep?
probably not.
We started intros and then stopped intros.
That's
so
all-
we've got Anita.
It's all good. Noir, who you be?
I have one job in this admin team.
Honestly, at this point, I don't fucking know. I'm Noir. I'm here. I'm a host. I'm sometimes on the I'm always on the show. Somebody else save me because I'm not coherent.
We'll start with the rest of our senior staff. Let's start with Nikki, who is on the. We'll go left to right. Nikki.
Okay.
Who are you?
Hey, I'm Nikki. I use she, her pronouns. I'm the creative director here. And I am also a teacher and I'm recovering from having COVID. So if you applied to run a show on the channel, I'm going to do that next week.
Finger good.
All right, Darby.
Darby.
No, me. Hi. Hello. Hi, my name is Darby, otherwise known as Chaotic Darby on the internet. I'm the community manager at Critical Misses. Yeah, I use she, they pronouns because Critical Misses trans my gender. I blame you directly
Last
for
but
this
not
wonderful
least,
gift of realization.
AJ.
Hi, I'm AJ, also known as Sushi Kid, and I am the technical director of Critical Misses. I go by he, they because I was just like, hey, you can call me they if you want to. I won't hit you. And I'm more than a man.
Are you a man or are you a Muppet? Or are you a very manly
Yes. Yes. All the above.
Muppet? I think we're all in various states of uncaffeination at the moment.
All right, so y'all got two choices. Either very sleepy Noir can be quiet so we can have functional conversations, or I can actually talk. And I don't know what the fuck will happen at that point. 'Cause
What's a functional conversation?
okay, well, here we go. There's something that's gotten me really fucking pissed off lately,
Ooh.
and I just really need to vent about it.
Okay.
Yes, we get a vent of
Dish,
Noir,
dish.
and I don't have to redeem points.
It's
for
not
it.
even the dark
This
roast
is
yet.
This is my drink for the day. It's leftover milk from my cereal.
Like, it might seem like a joke at one point, but I'm actually very fucking mad, which is I don't like when people tell me what I am capable of, or like what I will fucking do.
Mhm.
And I was tricked into gelling with somebody telling me about myself, because they did it in such a clever way where it's just like, hey, you know what, you might have a point, but when I sat back and thought about it while I was not sleeping, it actually got me very upset. Like, who the fuck are you, Al City, to tell me what my eyes will believe? You don't know no, see, I told you you'll think it's a joke, but I'm actually very fucking mad. You don't know the shit that I've seen. You don't know what the fuck I've been through. You're one guy, you named yourself Al City. I can believe Firefly. 10,000 fireflies? Nothing. I've seen a man shot. You think I can't believe 10,000 fireflies? Go fuck yourself, Al City. And at most, you're Al Hamlet. Because a city is like a metropolis. You're one guy. You're an Al person. You
Mhm.
Owl Hamlet. I want to make sure everyone caught that. Owl Hamlet. Not
I'm
a
just-
city.
Hoot ratio.
No, seriously. Like, think about the lyrics. Like, you would not believe your eyes at 10,000 fireflies. 10,000 fireflies is a lot. I'll give you that. But have you ever been in an empty field? Easily 10,000.
Oh, lots of them.
Easily. So you gonna fucking sit there and tell me what my eyes can do? Go fuck yourself. Seriously. I can believe that maybe 10 trillion fireflies, you might have a point. You might have me. But 10,000? Nah, no way. No fucking way. I can
Listen.
believe that easy.
What if he's never seen a firefly and so he doesn't understand? how
Don't put that on me.
fireflies
That's no
work?
projection.
I mean, I'd like to make myself believe that planet Earth moves slowly, but
Because if it, that's a whole nother. You know what? That's a Delevely. I would have to tag Sam in to explain to you why the Earth is not moving slowly. You
It's
simple fuck. Just because you can't feel it doesn't mean it's slow. In fact, the fact that you can't feel it means that it's moving fast. You ever take the glass bottle
Mhm.
or a cup with water and spin it around real quick and the water doesn't fucking fall out? That's because it's moving fast. You stupid. Like, everything
Centrifugal
about that
force.
song, if you sit back and think about it, is fucking infuriating. And like, while I was staying up way too late playing Starfield and making overlays and setting up OBS and all this kind of shit, I was just hyper focusing on Owl City's Fireflies, and every line of that song is more infuriating than the last if you sit back and dissect it and think about it.
Why though?
I
Did you
don't
listen
know.
to the song if it pisses you off this much?
Well, see, that's
Do you
the
know
thing, though.
Noir?
No. Here's the thing, though. I wasn't listening to the song. I was just thinking about the lyrics, and I was getting very upset.
So if there's a person who likes being mad more than me, it's Noir.
I'm just
I love being
imagining
mad.
I'm just imagining Noir just like typing on their computer and it's
10,000 fireflies.
like 10,000 fuck.
Oh, seriously, think about it. Have you ever been in an empty field and you just see a bunch of fireflies?
No,
that would
yeah,
require
we
me
don't
to go
have those
outside.
here.
Well, we
Yeah,
have
we
them
also don't
here.
have those here.
We have them here. And you know what? Not one time have I ever been in the field with a bunch of fireflies and went, my eyes don't believe this. Like, my eyes easily believe what I'm seeing because it's fireflies. It's not nothing special. It's
Yeah,
them trying
honestly-
to fuck.
Honestly,
That's
I
what
feel
it
like I
Same.
feel like if I've been to Central Park when fireflies were around, and I'm just like, I could easily believe that there's 10,000 here. Like,
We have
Sam
some
with the real
science facts
facts.
in the
Yeah.
chat.
Sam is dropping some science facts in the chat that fireflies lay about 100 eggs per clutch. So, 10,000, as far as I can tell at first glance, 10,000 in one area during breeding season is totally reasonable.
Thank you. And this is one of the many, many reasons I love Sam to Live, because my fury is justified. It's okay. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. This is why I
you're
didn't
good.
want to say nothing, because I've been this anger was what was keeping me awake
Mm,
to get the job done,
yeah. As it should.
you know what?
and
I
that's
think
why
we-
he never had another hit. 'Cause I think subconscious-
No.
Oh, what? Don't.
There's a new. They released a new song this year. This year? Was it this year? Hold on, I'm checking.
Raise your hand if you've heard another song by Owl City other than Fireflies. Raise your hand if you can remember any of the
Tornado.
lyrics to another song from Owl City other than Fireflies.
And when the nightmare started, it got deafeningly loud. Fuck.
You in the minority here, you lose in this fight.
But
I
they,
mean-
they just released a new song this year that's real. I think it's really good.
Well, you know what? I'm not gonna listen to it because I've been thoroughly insulted. If you're wondering why I'm like bobbing and weaving, I'm trying to find a lighter for my incense here. I have 10,000 lighters, and my eyes can't believe that I can't find a single fucking one. That's where they go. Anyway, what was I talking about? I kind of
literally this.
I'm
Owl City.
Just this.
Did you
no, I
black out?
browned out. I browned out. I
You
don't
browned
know. I don't know what I
a
said for the last
classic,
40 minutes.
classic noir.
It's kind of like how the lyrics to "I Want It That Way" don't actually make any sense either.
Okay, but that's different. It doesn't make sense when it's not call you a fucking idiot. Like, you would have to be an idiot to look at 10,000 fireflies and go, nah,
Can't believe
that's
it.
not there.
But what if the 10,000 fireflies were in a place where fireflies aren't normally?
Like Seattle. I don't know.
You know what? You're right. I Want It That Way doesn't make any sense.
Did you just realize that? Yeah, there's.
I was
there's,
singing
like,
it in my head as you
breakdowns.
guys were talking. It's the two worlds apart, and you say
Well, who are they
that I want
talking
it
about?
that
Is the
way.
question.
Well, okay,
Like,
well,
what is?
I'm a music nerd, so I got this one. I Want It That Way was written by a Swedish pop songwriter, and he did not have a very good grasp on English. So he wrote I Want It That Way and gave it to the Backstreet Boys, and the Backstreet Boys went, this song doesn't make any fucking sense. But a radio station fucked up and played the original version where they sang it the way they got it, and it tested very well. But then they tried to replace it with a version that did make sense, which does exist. You can go online and look for I Want It That Way remix or whatever the fuck. And the lyrics actually make sense, but it doesn't sound as good. And so they just went with the original version that makes absolutely no fucking sense.
There's also the version of it is actually released a little bit later on in the album as like an additional track, I believe, with the extra
Something
bits.
like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. But
Hi, welcome to music chat.
I mean, have we ever had
Where
set
we talk
topics?
about music, huh?
Have we ever really had set topics?
No.
And I'm not about to start now.
Try listening to Beck
Beck,
What's
recording lyrics that don't make sense.
Is Beck a person or a band?
You know what?
Yes.
though? Like,
Yes.
You know what though? Like, I got another thing that's got me upset, so we just gonna keep going with rage until
You know what grinds my gears?
I should have that little thing.
I need more tea for this.
So the VGAs happened. The MTV Video Music Awards or whatever, the VMAs. I don't know.
That's
what I said.
VMAs.
Yeah, I said VGAs because I'm fucking stupid. Anyway, the VMAs happened and NSYNC is basically threatening coming back and doing a tour. And like all of TikTok is filled with like a bunch of guys going, if your birthday doesn't start with 19, don't buy our fucking tickets. And it was like suddenly all these guys are just like, we fuck with NSYNC. Where the fuck were you niggas in 97? Y'all just left me out here alone making fun of me, huh? I'm out here singing Dirty Pop and y'all calling me gay and shit. You were right, but still.
I was not even a single digit old in 97, so
I was out here fucking doing the whole thing and like I'm getting made fun of. You know,
I was 2 years old doing the dances.
Fetus Darby going.
I'm like seriously, I'm mad and also vindicated because apparently we were all talking shit about NSYNC and then going home and fucking I was hanging with the fellas, saw you with your new boyfriend, I'm getting jealous. I was hoping that I'd never see you with him, but it's all cool because I'm glad that I'm at him. Like, you motherfuckers left me alone.
But hey, Noir,
What?
they were also alone.
Right, that's how I know masculinity is performative as shit.
It is.
Because 30 years later, we're all talking about, hey, I was actually into that shit. So,
Yeah, speaking of performative masculinity, I don't think.
so what are we like?
I
But
don't
that's
think
the
about the
question, though.
Roman Empire.
If 30 years later we all admitting that we were fucking jamming the NSYNC, what are we lying about right now?
That people are that guys are
Okay,
thinking
this
about
is
the Roman
we got to
Empire
the
'cause I'm not.
confessional early, huh?
No, it's not even listen.
Libido. That's what men
What?
are currently lying about. There's more asexual men than they will admit. That's what people are currently lying about. They'll admit that they like NSYNC in the Barbie movie. They will not admit they don't like having sex.
Damn, that's
Damn.
real. That's you know what? I think I might have a touch of ace because like if I'm not like rocking with you 1000%,
Can't relate. I want to fuck.
Are Noir's captions working?
Probably
Noir, I
not.
think is muted on the muted on the Google Meet.
All right, now I should be working.
Huzzah!
I just damn that
That's why I'm here.
Critical Mrs.
That's-
staff meetings are wild.
They truly are. We haven't even gotten to the part where I make Darby gay panic. So
You always fucking keep it. It's not that hard.
Honestly, you just say I'm gonna make Darby gay panic. Darby gay panic.
and then she remembers all of the things I've done. Yeah.
Good. Now that we're done with that part of the show.
It's the easiest segment to do. You just say it, and then it's
Got
the
it out of-
anticipation of the
Got it out of
panic.
the way early.
The easiest way to make
Horrible.
Darby flustered is just to like compliment something that you think is genuinely nice about them.
Oh my god, have you ever heard when they forget to mute their mic and they sing in the
Yeah,
background?
it's crazy. I can't hear what they're saying. It's incredible. Even.
We got captions.
Huzzah.
You can see what we say.
Yeah. Darby's really pretty.
Darby and I are sharing a room at Big Bad Con. They can't escape this.
It's-
Imagining they're real. So I got just Darby. I'm just like, edit.
Yeah, you
Hey.
get the funniest moments.
So since this is a different kind of morning ritual, and I'm starting to wake up a little bit. If you motherfuckers got questions, ask them. Also, there are gonna be
I'm
some
an open
changes
book.
around the channel, as you probably already noticed. We're trying to get our shit together for a number of reasons. One, we're poor. Help us. We're trying to monetize the channel.
Money,
we're-
please.
One of the things that I pride myself on is that we are always absolutely 100% real with y'all. And the truth of the matter is, we love putting on Morning Ritual. We love all the stuff that we do here at Critical Misses. But the economy is whooping our ass. So we're trying to get more professional. We're trying to bring you a better product. That way we can reach out for your support, as well as trying to reach out to sponsorships. So we are trying to be a little bit more business-like, but that does not mean that things are going to change too much in terms of the content. It's much more a matter of making sure that we are consistent,
Yeah.
accountable, and hopefully profitable, motherfuckers.
And
We'd
if
We'd like
anything,
to
we
get
wanna
paid to
do
make dick
more stuff.
jokes, if possible.
Yeah, I handed out these nuts jokes to people for free. You could instead pay me money to do that, and I'll get Brendan Lee Mulligan with a D's nuts joke on camera someday.
You should tell that story right now.
Where I got okay. When Nora was visiting LA the first time, we got coffee
Yeah.
or something with Brendan Lee Mulligan. And I'm shitting bricks the entire time because again, it's Brendan Lee Mulligan. Brendan, who I've watched hundreds of hours of his content.
We just gonna keep saying this motherfucker's full name like he.
Well, I'm not on a first
If you say
name
it enough
basis
times,
with some
he just
man.
shows up. It's like Beetlejuice.
Bloody
Brendan Lee Mulligan, Brendan Lee Mulligan, Brendan Lee Mulligan. Also, I'm not on a first name basis with this individual. I don't feel comfortable going like.
Okay,
Oh.
finish telling the story, and then we'll see if you're on first name basis.
Yeah, it's true. I'm nervous the entire time. I'm unable to speak. I'm just sitting there looking down at the table because I'm too nervous to speak. But then Spelljammer comes up, and this is before Spelljammer released, and I feel the perfect moment, the perfect thing situate itself in my mind, where I go, "Hey, did you see the new sub race that they're testing out for Spelljammer? It's called it's like a psionic goblin race. Like they're calling them mind goblins." And Brendan just goes, "Mind goblins? That's really interesting. This, that, and the other." I'm like, "Yeah, mind goblins. Mind goblin these nuts." What was his description? He's like, "It's like don't look at that message right now. It's like running and you get cut with the sword and you still keep on running before your body slides off in half." He described it like that and said, "I made an enemy for life."
Yep.
First name basis.
Yeah,
First name
you're
basis.
his enemy for life. So like,
That's a first name basis thing, if anything.
yeah.
Well, I don't know if it's first name basis or more he curses my name out every time he thinks about mind goblins.
I don't know.
Alright.
I just know that when I got to see Brennan again at Gen Con this year, he remembered who I was, and that made me feel kind of squishy.
And honestly, that's kind of the inspiration behind. And I know that's gonna sound funny after the Mind Goblin stories, but that's kind of the inspiration behind the reboot, which is that we've gone to these conventions, and a lot of folks who have been on our show really like the experience. They like what they like, you know, the interviews, the actual plays that we do, and we put a lot of work into it. And honestly, it's a lot to carry.
Yeah.
Especially if we're not making moves on the things that we've done. There are a lot of successful channels out there that, you know, we want to emulate, you know, that we're inspired by. Transplaner being one of them. Just a lot of channels that have that have been around here, and they're kind of showing how to do it the right way. We have been honestly just doing this for the love of the game, but we haven't really taken advantage of any of the advances that we've made, any of the connections that we've made, any of the bonding with you that we've established. So we're working on putting together a Patreon so you can get more of this kind of content. I know this is not the first time that we've tried it, but now we've got a team. Because I mean, honestly, you leave it to Anita, you leave it to me, and it's probably just not gonna happen. So we need a full team to make this happen. And honestly, the more support that we get, the more that we can do. We have some really cool ideas, some of which that I would love to share with y'all today, so you have an idea of what to expect, of what you'll get if you do support us. For example, one of the things that we want to take advantage of is the fact that, unfortunately, we are all in different cities, right? That kind of sucks because we can't hang out, but it's kind of awesome in the sense that we get to show you what the nerd scene is like in these various areas. I can show you what the nerd scene in Chicago's like. I can show you some of our favorite local gaming stores, Dice Dojo, Wandering Dragons, things like that. The point is to take the negatives about the channel and turn them into positives. Turn them into content that you might be interested in, to give you access to more of the things that you already like. I think that you like Morning Ritual because honestly, we talk to people, and we kind of get a perspective on what it's like to be in their lives. And we kind of want to push that, as well as creating new actual plays that try different things. That's what I'll say there. I don't know why I'm being the professional one.
No,
I am
good.
running on no sleep right now.
I think it's you've got the tired rambles. It's all good. People also like Morning Ritual for rants about fireflies. To be fair,
I can talk about the green room. So Darby and I used to host TTRPG the talk show, and when we moved over to Critical Misses, we decided we still wanted to do some sort of talk show, but this channel already has Morning Ritual. So we will be working on a show called The Green Room that Noir had come up with the idea and developed, but because Darby and I love hosting together so much, Noir has graciously allowed us to take that over, and we will be interviewing actual play casts, and I'm really excited about our first one, which I'm going to leave as a surprise, but there will be clips added into those recordings and all of these things, so that we can show off what other people are working on, and I think that's a really cool thing that we're working on right now.
I'm super excited about that. The green room, as I was developing it, was like a very I wish that I could do more than come up with ideas and actually execute. So I'm like the second
again, I have one job. It's to take Noir's ideas and make them happen. Originally, Noir and I were going to host it together, but we're both so busy and have different schedules that it made more sense for me and Darby to do it.
And I can't wait to see what you and Darby I was actually interviewed by you and Darby. It was a fantastic experience, so I know the show is going to be in good hands. If this goes the way that I imagine it, there'll also be highlights of or clips of the actual play, and you'll see the cast talking about them, some of the saucier moments in their shows. So I can't wait to see you guys start to dig into some of my favorite actual plays. If you are in an actual play that sounds exciting to you, let us know in the Discord and we'll try and reach out to you.
Yeah, if you are interested in being a guest on Green Room with the rest of your cast, please reach out to Nikki, and we'll get you scheduled in.
another thing that I'm super duper excited about is we're going to be expanding beyond just Twitch. We're putting out content on TikTok. We'll have a structured VOD release so you know when to expect your favorite shows on Critical Misses over on the Critical Misses YouTube. And we're taking a lot more clips from some of your favorite shows and putting them in more accessible areas. And we're working on morning ritual compilation. So if you want to see all of the That Guy segments, or if you want to see all of the crotch or no crotch, or we'll call it the Crotch War saga. If you want to see all of the any segments that you like on Morning Ritual, we are working on dicing them up and putting them in nice compilations for you. I've already kind of started. If you saw, I put together
A crunchpilation, yes, Grey.
Anyway, Noir has put out a video with the community spotlight that we just did with Hamasama-kun.
Yes.
I, as the technical director, I'm working on so many editing projects. I'm going through all the stuff that I've clipped for the Morning Ritual 100th celebration, and since I've already got all those time codes and just getting all those Crunchland Wars, getting all the that guys, getting those God Emperor of the TTRPGs, every single question that we have staple here, I have those time stamped out that we will be making compilation of. I don't know how we're gonna do it, probably in 50 episode, maybe like 50 episode compilations.
Yeah, that's probably, we've got a huge back catalog that we've got to work on here because we've got over 100 episodes. We're at 115, between 115 and 120 now, I believe. I need to actually get the exact numbers. But it's gonna take some time, but we're gonna get it all going.
Yeah, I already know for all the that guy segments, those are gonna be very long. That's gonna be a very long compilation.
Yeah. That guy is, because we've done that every single episode almost, I believe, over the course of the whole span of the series. We've done that guys. I think we only have maybe one or two that we missed that guys on. Because you've got the running list, yeah.
Yeah, I've got the timestamps. Mostly we've got that guy for almost everyone except I think you started that guy with Latia, which was episode 3. I don't remember if you did it with a brick.
I don't know that we did do one with Ray.
Yeah, because
But we had the story of the dusk-colored man in, I think, the last episode, episode 2.
You do bring it up with Latia as well.
Yes. But yeah, we've got. Go ahead.
Oh, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
No, you go ahead. No, you go.
I was just saying that we've got a just to nail the point home. We've got a whole back catalog that is just chock full of like fun content, good moments, and I think that we really do need to start taking advantage of that and bringing it out to folks in a more accessible light.
All right, I'm gonna be a petty bitch for a hot second. There are probably 3 or 4 guests whose content you will not see though.
I mean,
I don't fuck with them no more. Like, wait, you think I'm a fucking lie and be business about it? Nah, I don't fuck with certain people no more. You're not gonna see their content. So there's
the first time I was on Morning Ritual does not exist.
Yeah, that's right. I don't fuck with Nikki no more. No, I'm just kidding.
The first time I was not on by myself.
Oh shit!
Yeah.
That episode will not be. Yeah, I remember that. That episode will not be here. And if you're like, ooh, I wonder who it is. I don't give a fuck. His name's Mike. No,
I'll say
you will
his
not.
name.
You will not see chromatic chimera shit on here at all.
Wow, that's weird. Episode 37, not on timestamps.
I'm-
Episode 40, not on the timestamps.
now, now here's the thing. Because again, I'm always transparent with this audience, and I don't give a fuck. And also, I'm kind of leaving the TTRPG scene soon, so I truly don't give a fuck. Anita's like, don't do it. Don't you dare fucking do it.
Here we go off the air. Technical difficulties.
No, but there are certain episodes that you won't find their content. If you're an eagle-eyed viewer, and you pay attention to the compilations as they come out, you'll probably figure it out. If you have any questions about it, just ask me. I'll talk freely on my Twitter, but I'm not finna sink the ship here.
We need to spill the tea segment with just Noir so no one else gets mad.
Yo, Sleepy Noir does not give a single iota of a fuck.
I used to say that Noir and I could host a podcast where we just talk shit the whole time.
I mean, shoot.
Isn't that
I'll-
every podcast ever?
I'll say this shit. I talk too loud to be involved in a whisper network. Some motherfuckers out here getting supported, and I'm like, for real? Still? Okay. I wonder how many bodies it takes. Clearly more than 3. Anyway.
Spill the TTRPG.
Oh, what else we got coming up?
So I actually have a little bit of a list of the things that we were working on. One second, y'all. Yeah, I know. I need Sorry,
Your
my
computer yelling at
computer's
you.
screaming at me because it's fine. Don't worry about it.
Hold on a second. What thought, Morshadi?
Where are
Build
you?
He
the
says, I saw that
TTRPG.
thought, Nikki. The spill the TTRPG. I do have a shit ton of tea-themed things, so.
So another thing that we're planning on doing is we are going to be sitting down with developers of some of your favorite RPGs, be them indie or otherwise, and we're going to be interviewing them about their process in terms of how to design. Basically, what we kind of want to do a lot on the channel is focus a little bit more on interview segments, because that's actually something that I feel like we're really good at and something that folks enjoy, and there's not a lot of it. So we're going to be doing a show that sort of focuses on, we're still working on titles, on chatting with indie developers to talk about like their design process, how to get published, that sort of thing, as sort of like a little bit more of an informational talk show, while also helping them like get to a little bit of a wider audience that way. Another one that we're planning is Noir, for a while there on their channel, had a show called Goo Crew.
Good crew.
Good crew.
Ba-da-ba-da-ba-da-boo-ba.
Yeah.
Yeah.
where just a bunch of folks would sit around and watch YouTube or like reaction type videos and just sort of hang out and chill. It was a good fun time. Just hang out, low stakes, low energy, and we're gonna be bringing that over here to hang out with our chat a little bit more and be like a little bit more present in the community that way. And that's, I think, there's some
Where
other...
Morning Ritual is our morning show, Goo Crew is going to be our late night show. So think about it like ridiculousness, but the jokes are actually funny. Yeah, that's right.
If I'm on it, that's debatable.
I'll carry you. I'm used to it. I'm kidding. I love you, baby.
We saw a breakup live on camera for the 5th time.
Noir, I told you, you gotta be careful. Or I'm gonna steal your partner.
As long as I can watch.
Nope.
What?
Haha, Noir, you can't watch.
God damn it! I voted Republican now. No.
The queers are after me.
There's a clip in the chat right now of one of the best Gookery segments.
Oh
Wait,
god,
what?
was I on this one?
Yes,
I don't remember.
I know what it was.
Oh man,
Booty.
Booty. Oh!
I have no idea what's happening right now.
Is there any way we can get this played so folks watching Morning Ritual can watch this?
Let me see if I can.
quick?
Let me see if I can pull it up and and actually have this played on stream. 1 second, y'all.
You put it over the
So
chat.
like we said, this was on my channel, and the thing that you need to know about me is I'm fucking stupid, and so I don't have any structure to anything because I'm not organized because I'm fucking stupid. And so this is what ended up happening one day when we were on the show. Just stupid shit.
All right, here. Let me get this this source up so that I can.
This is so fucking.
I downloaded it, so
This
let's
is so fucking stupid.
let's add a media source to this scene.
This is so dumb. Hey, that's probably good for us to have just as a standby on our OBS. It's just a media scene, just in case.
Yep, I'm adding it right now.
This is the
Live
only-
on air
Yeah.
production.
All right, here
This
we
is the
go.
only
Alright.
Here we
the
go.
only,
We are several
thing that
we're several levels
Nicky's not
deep in
allowed
this.
We're so
to
deep.
organize.
So here we go. Here we go. We're gonna do it again. Ready?
We're all gonna get at this.
We're gonna- I can't hear it.
We're gonna say booty on 3. Ready?
All right. I'm ready for this.
Booty.
Booty. I want some butt. Give me those cheeks. Get in there. I want to eat that booty like March. I want to see some cheeks. Let's get in there.
Like the orbs.
Eat it up. Eat it up.
I would like to.
Boy, that's extra progress. I was told that would be butt. Where's the butt? Where's the booty?
Now, honey, I need to ponder those
Where's the booty? Where's the booty? Where's the
Where's
booty?
it? Where's it?
And the orbs being those cheeks.
So stupid.
And that's it. It took 4 takes, and Morshadi has all 4 takes.
Oh my god.
I
Rest in
am.
peace, Snapcam. Rest in peace.
Yeah.
Snapcam.
Never forgotten.
Our Snapcam was a real one. So that's the kind of stupid shit you can expect to see on our late night show. Except that we aim to have guests the same way that we have guests for Morning Ritual. So you ever like we smoking shit into existence with Morning Ritual. Maybe one day we'll have Abria or Brennan back on.
On
You need to
Google?
bring Brennan and Darby on at the same time, and you need to show the clip of Darby telling the story about Goblin.
Oh, we have to
Diva.
get a better clip of me telling the story. I can do a better take of
We will.
we
We'll get it
also-
for our
Over the
TikTok.
distance.
We also
Oh,
need to
boy.
get Noir riding a unicycle, playing whatever song that we want because we got Matthew Mercer onto the show.
Wait, what?
You said that if we get Matthew Mercer onto the show, that you will ride a unicycle while playing any song that we want. So you got to start learning.
No.
Integrity means nothing around here.
And that's the
I-
typical.
I-
That's a
look.
typical lack of integrity that you can expect from a non-cruncher over here. Meanwhile, as a hashtag,
y'all not even gonna let me explain myself?
No, go ahead, Noir.
I don't have to ride a unicycle because we didn't get Matthew Mercer on the show. I got Matthew Mercer on the show. I did it by myself, so I'm not riding a fucking thing.
The rage today.
So what if you did? It's such a trick.
The
If you
only
get-
thing I'm riding is named Pedro Pascal. Anything other than that can go fuck itself.
If we get all 1,000 followers, 1.5 thousand followers here on Twitch onto our rebranded Patreon, then Noir will do it.
We don't even have a Patreon for people to join.
Yeah, I'm saying when we do the rebranded Patreon.
Morning Ritual Patreon right now.
If we listen,
Nightbot
if we
literally just put the Patreon in.
listen here. If we get 1,000 people on a Patreon, you can paint me green like She-Hulk, and I will twerk to any Megan Thee Stallion song that you can think of, because it's never gonna happen.
Clip it. Clip it.
Clip it
Clip
right
it right
now.
So-
If we get
Sign up to
If
the
we
Morning
get
Ritual
1,000
Patreon. Make
we
Noir
get
watch bad
1,000
movies and twerk like She-Hulk.
It's never gonna happen. I don't have to worry about it. One, it depends on us actually getting the Patreon together, which I believe we can do. I'm just wary because me personally, I have failed at Patreon many a time.
We're gonna
Two,
look back at this moment. At
two, 1,000 people on the Patreon. Listen, if we get 1,000 people on the Patreon, you can slap my ass at any convention we go to. The whole
I
staff.
can do that anyway.
I'm surprised I didn't do that. Oh man, I missed out.
You're not wrong, Nikki. Yeah, you can. How you doing?
Patreon goal.
If me and Noir weren't every single time so hostile against each other when we see each other in person, I would remember to suck your ass.
Listen. If we get 1,000 people on the Patreon, the next time we do Morning Ritual Live, I will have the door greeter have a paddle that says hentai, and everybody that comes to Morning Ritual Live can smack me on the ass before they grab their seat. That's how sure I am that it won't happen.
Damn. We're gonna look back on this and laugh.
If we get 1,000 people on the
Stop
Patreon,
saying so.
I'll post home.
Cut to break. Cut to break.
If we get
God, Noir, you're setting so many goals for 1,000.
it's never gonna happen.
We're going to look back at this moment,
It's not
and
good.
you're going to be so sad.
Listen. With the Matt Mercer goal, that's different. I was like, if I work hard enough, I'm pretty sure I can make this happen. There's no amount that one person can work to make this goal happen. It's a team effort, and I don't believe in y'all.
Damn.
I think you just activated the petty of everyone in this chat.
All right,
I
side.
They're not even talking right now.
No.
I don't even think 18 people are actually here.
All right, new admin sidebar. So we're gonna get 1,000 people on this Patreon, right? And we're just gonna make Noir's ass so bleeding red.
Yeah.
It's gonna be hard to cover it with the green while he's twerking.
I'm telling you, I don't think they got it in them.
Yeah, Morshadi's too busy clipping all these moments so that we remember.
Well, look, here's the thing. I'm gonna insist that our entry level on the Patreon is $2. So I don't think they got $2 to spare because the boomers have fucked us all to death. So I've got three things. I got three things on my side. One, no one person can make this happen. Two, the boomers have fucked us to death. And three, I don't believe in y'all.
So currently our membership tier for Morning Ritual Patreon, the initiate tier is $3 for general support. Do you want me to edit
we'll
that
just leave.
too?
We'll leave it there. That's great. Leave it at $3.
No.
No, leave it at $3.
Now. It's
Leave it at $3.
now.
Leave it at
You
$3.
said it, Noir. It's $2 now.
No, we'll leave it at $3. I forgot we had a Patreon. We just no. Leave it at $3. We'll leave it at $3. Because
I think you might have forgotten how fucking petty I am. And that I'm more organized than you.
Okay, that's true, but not no one person can make this happen. It's a team effort. I don't believe in them.
Noir, I think your co-star went to mine today because it says it's okay to be a little arrogant.
Oh, I haven't checked my co-star in a while.
Is this now the portion of the show where we all check our co-star?
My
It's
co-star.
the portion of the show where we all
Let's see. What is my co-star?
Look,
What's
it's
everyone's
about
big three?
Co-star?
later.
this is where we all exchange our co-stars because I don't have y'all added. And I want to know now that this is the part of the show, Morning Ritual, where I find out how compatible I am with Anita.
Look, later on this month is gonna be like around Big Bad time is gonna be very chaotic for me because it's Hispanic Heritage Month. It's still Bisexual Awareness Month. It's Libra season. Just hitting it all.
Follow your intuition. My intuition tells me that y'all don't got it in you.
I'm the same username everywhere. I'm still Panita. Nikki, if you want to find me on co-star.
Thank you.
Soft.
Wait, you're a Sagittarius too?
Yes.
Oh, my boyfriend's a Sagittarius. Friend request sent. Darby, do you have co-star?
No, I have no idea what we're talking about.
Do you know?
Do you have an iPhone?
AJ, what's yours? You don't have to have an iPhone. Mine's an Android. And
Really?
I'm at it.
It's
You?
Husha_kid. Same else.
My branding. It's Noir Enigma everywhere. Anyway, we should get back to talking about the reboot of the show. So I should let y'all know that if any of you, which I sincerely doubt, were damn, why am I being so sassy bitchy today?
Because you're
Anyway.
real
Because you're
tired.
Because
tired.
you didn't sleep and you're a Leo.
Oh fuck yeah, I forgot I didn't sleep.
You need a meow.
If any of you were fans of Kingsguard, which was our former flagship, it's not coming back. But there is a new show that I'm developing called Broken Covenant.
New subscription to the Morning Ritual Patreon. Thank you, Morshadi.
Well, I'm supposed to be worried about one patron?
Pledged at the $6 tier.
Ooh, see, I said 1,000 people. I don't give a fuck if they subscribe to the 10 billion level. It's one person.
Anyways,
No.
so
I care about you more, Shoddy. Don't listen to Noir.
Yeah,
Listen to me. I'm used to doing combat with more shoddy. I'm not afraid of it. I love Shoddy.
afraid of me.
We just grabbing the mic today. I love it. Anyway, what was I saying? I forgot.
you were
Trying to
saying
match your energy.
Kingsguard
Flagship.
not coming back, but
Right. Yes, there's going to be a new flagship show. It's Pathfinder. It's called Broken Covenant. It's about a world that's wrong, and our players are going to find out what's wrong about it. If you did watch Kingsguard, you might be a little bit more clued into what's happening. You might not. I don't know. But it's going to be a real fun show. We're doing the maps again. We're doing it's gonna be utilizing. I'm hoping Roll20, But we may be using a different one. I'm talking with the creators of Foundry, and we may have calls to move. But it's gonna be a real fun show. That's all I know about it so far. I hope you watch. If you don't, go fuck yourself.
I've already made the logo for it because Noir let the title slip last week. So
Oh, I want to see.
let me
Put it on the screen.
Ah! Let me just make a little screenshot right now.
I know you're not going to BBC because you're afraid of these hands. When is Big Bad? So the
end of this month.
28th.
Oh yeah, I definitely can't go. So as I stated, I'm leaving the TTRPG scene mainly. So I'll mainly just be doing work with Critical Misses and the String Punks
There's the
and Gen Con.
there's the new logo.
Because I got a new job. So that's the new job is why I can't go to BBC. And also because I didn't get the scholarship because nobody loved me.
But yeah, there's the new logo for Broken Covenant, the new show that Noir's coming out with.
Ooh. Anita, you're so talented.
Not talented enough for people to hire me. Anyways.
We bitter. We bitter. We
If I
struggling.
could
The dark
afford
roast is
you,
the bitter
I
roast.
would.
So should we do the questions? Oh, thank you for
Maybe.
the congratulations, by the way.
Hire me for design work. I've been applying for jobs.
Do you have new
Classic
questions
jobs.
since the last time I was on?
Yeah, I think we do.
We got Petty Prime
Uh,
Time.
Let's do it.
Okay. So here we go.
I've done Petty Prime Time. I have new ones though, and I think I have a new that guy.
Ooh. That's unfortunate. Oh, that sucks.
Oh my god.
What was oh right. Okay, well first off, some people here I feel like need a shot at redemption.
Look.
So I'm just gonna say Crunch Wars. I'm going to say a faction and you're gonna raise your hand. I'll give you a minute to explain unless you choose wrong. In which case, go fuck yourself. So, stop the crunch.
What if you're in multiple factions?
Then you're a coward.
Thank you,
You have
Nikki.
to pick
Well,
one.
I'm in multiple factions, but they all kind of relate.
Stop the crunch. Stop the crunch. Stop the crunch.
Be crunch.
Hey, I'm just happy that I'm not outnumbered now because at TTRPG's admin team, I was outnumbered. I was the only non-concher.
Crunch crew.
What up, bitches?
What'd you roll?
18.
Fuck, I was hoping you'd roll a 1.
Well, if we were in Star Trek Adventures, a 1 would be a really good roll.
Yeah, if we were in Star Trek Adventures, that would be a terrible roll that you just rolled.
It's true. It's true.
Wait, so then what faction is Anita?
Be crunch
Watch.
responsible.
Crunch responsibly?
Yeah.
There's no such thing.
Thank
You can't crunch
thank-
responsibly.
Thank you. Let's play Russian roulette responsibly. Let's crash a Ferrari.
It's called playing with a Nerf gun. Like,
Let's crash a Ferrari full speed into a brick wall responsibly. Hey,
test
hey.
dummies.
Hey, let's hang ourselves responsibly. Can't do it.
Movie sets?
Dice Defenders.
that's still us.
What's a
We're the
dice
same. We're the
defender?
same.
Oh,
that's
yeah,
the same
we're-
faction.
Am I the
Yeah,
one?
so-
Does that mean I'm like knocking dice out of people's mouths? Because I don't.
I
do
think
that.
Dice Defenders is a more aggressive stop the crotch. So yeah,
It's Stop the Crunch.
Considering Stop the
Dice
Crunch was like,
Defenders or Crunch Busters is our faction. We have. Three
I
different names.
like Dice Defenders.
Crunch
Busters is weird.
Institutes? Where the fuck did that come from?
that came from
Crotch-
Omnis X.
And Banana Chan.
Yeah. All right,
yeah,
so
Crotch
so
Defenders.
we've got 3 Dice Defenders, 1 Crotch Responsibly, and 1 person who's no longer a member of our staff.
We got
Okay, all right. The
I
next
stayed
question.
strong, Borshadi. I stayed strong.
I will say I'm also part like there's a subsection of Dice Defenders which is Let Them Die, which is Captains Let Them Die. I am part of that as well.
I feel
And-
like you can't be a Dice Defender and a Let Them Die because a Dice Defender sees the dice in somebody's mouth and smacks it. Let Them Die member just watches it happen and goes, "See, that's what you get."
I mean, that's one less. That's like one less person crunching dice, though.
and
In the Great War
Ooh.
of crunch or no crunch, there's got to be some casualties.
We need a
and I
Visio
might-
board for these.
I also might be, converting my religion to the emissaries of the story,
That's such a good name. Okay. Again, we're cycling through some of the questions because I don't know that all of our staff had a chance to answer on their original appearances. So you are God Emperor of the TTRPG space. Any 3 things you want to have happen, snap your fingers and it happens. We're going to start with 1, 2, 3, 4. I'm going to roll to see who gets this first.
I mean, I'm ready. Darby doesn't want to go.
Yeah, but I want people to be nervous.
I know, that's my secret cap. I'm always nervous.
Yeah,
Okay,
chat.
I
ask
have
those
to obey
questions.
I have to obey the dice.
It went with Nikki.
Yep.
Yeah.
Hey.
God sometimes does pick favorites. Occasionally it's me.
All right. So number 1, anyone who appears in an all-white cast never gets to be cast in anything ever again.
I love it.
So I don't care if it's for charity. I don't care if it was an accident or you didn't know or you're being paid. All white casts are ridiculous and they piss me off. I can't believe they're still happening in 2023. It's not hard. That's my first one.
Okay, I like that. I like that a lot.
My second one is if you say the phrase that safety tools are for weak people, you also don't get to ever play TTRPGs ever again.
Good. All right, I'm fucking with it. I see
And
the
then
vision.
if you think a queer white woman is the token diversity on your show, you also never get to play TTRPGs ever again.
I've got more to add to that, but I'll wait. Those are some good ones. Let's see. So, all right, cast, safety tools, and yeah, I almost feel like you can merge number 3 with
Three
number
and 1 are the same. Yeah, 3
Yeah.
and 1 are the same. I'll have to think about another third. The first
Okay.
one was the one that I was really fired up about, and then I had to think of 2 more.
Okay.
I'll let someone else go while I'm thinking.
All right, who's next? I'll leave it to the die again, unless somebody wants. Well, actually, Nikki, you get to choose. We're popcorn in this bitch.
All right, AJ, go.
Um. Man, I used up all my answers at Gen Con.
Well, I didn't hear them, so say
So my things were I wanted to boost up like other TTRPG companies to the same levels as Wizards, so they have the funding and the capacity to sponsor every other like other other content creators and stuff like that. I also wanted to establish more TTRPG related things like TTRPG writing, design, just playing in schools, just earlier in schools, just so that kids have a choice to like go into it earlier on instead of like learning about all this stuff later in life. And then I think the other one was establish more production studios in different parts of the world, like having like one in New York, one in Chicago, there's one in Atlanta right now. Put some in the middle parts of the United States that we don't have a really name for. We have one in Seattle, we have one in LA. Put more overseas because Drac is killing it out there and he needs more support. And just in other countries, just like have those like production houses and studios and stuff, so that we are in it together and making content for everyone. Those are my 3 that I said at Gen Con. And
I thought of a third one now.
Ooh.
Go for it.
Sorry, I'm distracted by the very loud typing.
I'm sorry, I thought my mic was muted. I was just trying to type that I super need to use the restroom, so
Go guy.
Open table. Go get out of here.
So my third one is that we have more tools like D&D Beyond for like Powered by the Apocalypse games and other games, because as a person with ADHD, the reason that I always gravitate back towards D&D is just that like being able to not have to track anything like spells and all of those things is really helpful. So I want that, but for other games.
Okay, I like that. Like
Well,
I feel like Demi Plane is getting started on something like that for us. So shout out to them. Shout out to Joshua Simmons. I always fuck up your last name, so I'm so sorry, bud. But shout out to him and his team for making that happen.
Heck yeah. I guess that leaves me then, because Darby disappeared. So mine are pretty simple. It's getting folks in the space paid. I'm gonna funnel some of WotC's money, and I'm gonna start getting some APs that are good folks with diverse casts paid. We're opening up a production house similar to AJ's to start making more AP content that folks are actually getting paid decent wages for. We are gonna unionize TTRPG writers, so that way everyone is getting paid a fair market wage for any writing or art or things for books from major publishers. And then last, we are making books accessible. So every single book that you purchase from if you're buying a hard copy of the book, you are also going to get a PDF copy with that as well. So that way you have a little bit extra accessibility. That's my 3.
All right, I'll go. This is less a wish and more of a project that I no longer have the time, energy, or desire to finish. Heavily inspired by a tweet that Drax put out about wanting to expand what actual plays are and what they're capable of. So I'm just gonna explain the full thing of what I was planning and starting to draw up here, which is I want a full actual play experience that continues well beyond when the cameras are off. So here's what I was designing. I was using the World of Darkness because to me it would be the easiest license brand to utilize, which is I wanted to get in contact with some of the not bigger, but some of the more prominent World of Darkness actual plays. Blank by Night, just think of a city in Blank by Night, and that's probably who I was gonna reach out to. And I wanted to essentially start a podcast in which it would be in world, and we would be reporting on various things happening throughout the World of Darkness. So let's say if something in New York by night happened that was major, this entity would report on it. And the same thing is true for like if the something major happened in the Vancouver by night, ooh, up, bam, all that kind of stuff. So essentially a podcast that presents itself in world, telling the stories of these other actual plays. But that wouldn't be where it stopped. I wanted to reach out to some of these folks, and the plan was to like, for example, I have a lot of bars that I love going to, just tons of them. And one of the things that I know that I could do is I used to do stand up, I used to do open mics and all that kind of things, and I know I have some friends still in the area, and I would essentially give them a bunch of cards, business cards, and if anybody came up to them with the code word, I would just pay them like, here's $100. If somebody says this word to you, give them this card. And essentially that card would lead to a website or something that has more in-world stuff so that they could be a part of it. Setting up Google phone numbers so that there'd be an answering machine that played a message from the characters and that sort of thing, just to kind of make this a more alive type world,
an interactive experience more than
So like if you like, for example, I love going to Gallery Cabaret here in Chicago, so I would have something have happened at Gallery Cabaret, and in the podcast or in the actual play, I would, if I'm gonna send word to the bartender at Gallery Cabaret that, I've got some chosen that are gonna come to help or whatever, ooh, off the bam. And I wanted to have some of the folks like, Vancouver, New York, LA, London, all that kind of do the same, just one or two locations, same cards, different numbers, that kind of stuff, just to make it feel more alive. And I know that there are World of Darkness LARPs, and I wanted to see if we could get them in on it so that it would just be a constant thing of not only are you watching the actual play, not only are you listening to the podcast, but you can visit some of the areas that these characters go to. You can interact with some of the characters that, are presented. You can call, the first person to call each number gets a link that sends them to a area, sends them to a site where they can essentially put their character in the world. So it's just like, I got called by this character and add them into the world. Just that sort of thing, just to have a more interactive experience. And so one of my wishes would be to be able to put a production together that's like that. But I'd have neither the time, inclination, energy, or money to make that happen any longer. So that project got put on the back burner. But I just wanted some, like, I remember a while ago reading an interactive game like that, like having puzzles and ciphers and stuff, and I really want to do that. So that's wish number 1. Wish number 2, God, Nikki, your all white cast is one that I usually pick, so that's just like that's out the window. What's wish number 2? Wish number 2 is I'm tired of the Whisper Network. I understand why people don't fucking say stuff. I really do. But I'm sick of it. Like, I wish there was like a holiday or something where it's just like air your grievances. Because I feel like if there's a holiday, I feel like if there was a holiday where we could just air our grievances, it would be very surprising when a bunch of people are like, that person fucked me over too. And like, don't get me wrong, I know for a fact if there was a holiday in which there were grievances, my name would come up because listen, I know that there are people that hate me. That's fine. But like, I still want that. I want people to just be like, this is what that person did. Because I feel like there's a lot of passive aggressiveness in this space because people are wildly scared of confrontation, and it's obnoxious. And 3 for my last wish. That'll get me in trouble.
When will it not?
I see, but it's me out of my lane. But I feel
say it.
All right. If you are white presenting, I am sick of hearing about your fucking struggles with being a person of color. Fuck you. Look, I'm sorry. Okay, fuck it. We just going in. I see like blonde hair, blue eyed, white looking people being like, it's so hard to be I call it the logic symptom, like the logic issue. Like, just there is a diff. Like, I get that you have your struggles. I get that, but like, stay in your fucking lane. Stay in your motherfucking lane. That's all I'm saying. There are some things that if you are white passable, that you ain't gotta struggle with the same way motherfuckers that have to wear it on their skin gotta deal with. And I see people in the space doing that shit, and it's like,
white passing privilege is a thing.
What was number 2 again? Because I had a thought that I wanted to share about number 2, and I already forgot what number 2 was.
It was
the grievance holiday.
Grievance holiday, destroying the Whisper.
Oh, right. So I have feelings about that because I feel like it's going to disproportionately affect marginalized people. As a person who's been told over and over that I'm aggressive because I'm autistic and the way I talk to people is just very direct. Like, I don't like the idea that people are gonna be like, well, Nikki was a bitch to me, because in reality, all I did was tell somebody no, or tell them like, so, and oh, I got a new wish. Subtweeting. No more fucking subtweeting. Fucking say it with your whole chest. If you're gonna subtweet about me, and I can tell that it's about me, and then I confront you in your DMs, and you say, you were not invited to my DMs. Fucking don't subtweet about me, and I won't be in your DMs talking to you about it.
So here's what I think on that one. I feel what you're saying, but I also feel like if like a bunch of people are like, Nikki was a bitch to me because this is what happened, I think having that out in the open would be better, because it's just like it.
Well, I feel like no, that was my second feeling about it, is that if people actually said what I did, other people would be like, what, she just
Exactly.
she was just honest with you. She didn't say anything rude or mean or like out of pocket. Like she just was honest with you. And that's the thing, like that's why I want people to stop subtweeting, because somebody subtweeted about a show that I was in and that I produced and tried to say that we stole their show idea. And then all these people that I'm friends with are in that person's comments on Twitter being like, oh, that's so terrible. I can't believe somebody would do that and blah, blah, blah. And if they hadn't subtweeted, if they had told the whole story or said who they were talking about, I don't think people would have been as sympathetic. I think they would have been like, wait, Nikki wouldn't do that.
Yeah, I mean, and that's exactly it. I feel like here's the danger with the grievance holiday is a lot of people would come up and not tell the full story. Like,
right.
We already know that that's going to be the case. But the thing is, like, if somebody's just like, Nikki stole my idea, and Nikki was a bitch to me, we get to see all the people who are also like, yes, Nikki was also a bitch to me. Nikki said this to me. Nikki said that to me. And like, we would get a gauge of like, how bad is Nikki really? And if if the gauge is Nikki will say some off the wall shit to you, fine. But like, let's take a look at the Satine thing. You know, one person was just like, Satine fucked me, and here's how. And like everybody else went, yeah, that story also sounds really like, no matter how much somebody tries to color it to like make you the villain, at the very worst, they could say you tried to take their show and you were a bitch to them. Nobody's gonna go, Nikki assaulted me. And like,
Right.
I would trade a bunch of people going, Noir worked with me and it didn't work out. Noir, you know, said I was an asshole, or like, Noir, like, whatever. I'd rather 100 people say that and 0 people say Noir assaulted me, because I don't do that, to find the 10, 20 people that are just like, yeah, this person assaulted me, and then we have a bunch of people that go, yes, that's also right. I feel like if we shine a light on the worst of all of us, we get to see how bad people really are. And I think, honestly, that's what would be necessary to flush this space of the fucking toxic abusers that are in it. But the problem is, nobody wants their dirt out in light. And so we all are fucking tiptoeing around the obvious shit.
People have a shit ton of power and money and influence, and so people are not willing. And I think I have the benefit of having a full-time job that I love, and so I am.
Thank you for sharing your truth, Marshadi.
So I am fully like able to be like, I am not going to bend over backwards for a person I don't like, because I can afford to do that. And I know that not everyone has that privilege of being able to fuck off from this space. Like, this is not my career, so I can just fuck off.
Like, I get that, and I'm about to say something real unsympathetic. It's not fucking cool. Well, I don't give a fuck. Ain't nobody making money in this motherfucking space anyway.
Right.
Like maybe 50 or 100 people at most are making enough money to live in this space. So what? We coddling abusers to what? Make no money? Like, it's fucking stupid. And the only reason that I'm able to think like that is because I'm fucking out. I'm out this bitch. Y'all can have the TTRPG space. I don't give a fuck no more. But it's also because I'm now comfortable because I got a job away from the shit. But it's just like, there are motherfuckers out here thriving that have done the most heinous shit, and it's always bothered me. And I think the reason that I'm so fired up and angry about it is because I'm participating in it by not saying names as we speak.
I think part of the other problem is that not everyone is as active in the same scenes as people, so they don't hear. So like I've seen so many times where somebody who was exposed as an abuser gets invited to work on a project with people, and then people get really upset about it, which they should. But like, part of me wonders, did those people not see all of like the big stories about that person coming out on Twitter or social media and etc.? It's kind of like how the general public often doesn't know shit. Like,
and Twitter's
I had
algorithm is
to
kind of
educate-
fucked at the moment, so like a lot of the
right,
times there's
and like 3 years ago, I worked with some people that kept going to Chick-fil-A, and they just didn't know. They didn't know about Chick-fil-A. They didn't know all of the history and the backstory and what they use their money for. And once I told them, they like stopped going to Chick-fil-A. But like my point is that like the problem with us not talking about things is that those people get away with it. And then people who have perfectly good intentions end up working with abusers without realizing it because we didn't talk about it. And then people get upset with them for working with their abusers. And it's like, did you tell anybody? Because people knew that the person I started TTRPG with had a bad reputation, and no one fucking told me.
The other effect of that is like, again, I hate to keep using Satine, but no, I don't. Every time we didn't say anything about her, she got another gig. The longer you stay silent, the more work these people gonna get. And if they're getting work, that is a seat at the table that somebody who's not an awful asshole, that's a seat that they're not getting. Because what? We're scared of conflict? The fuck out of here. Like, I just I mean, and the other thing is like, okay, one, it's the fear of conflict, and two, it's you don't want to force the victims out in the spotlight, which, okay, that makes sense. I get that, but it's still like, I mean, honestly, if you watching this and you've had an experience with somebody being a fucking asshole, like, and let me clarify, there's nothing wrong with being an asshole. I'm an asshole.
Okay, that's my other feelings about this, is the personal beefs that get put public that don't need to be public.
Part of me is just like, fuck it, no, I'll put all the beef out there. No, but you're right.
The thing is, like, not liking someone and not meshing with someone is not the same as that person being abusive. True. Having a miscommunication in your group and then getting upset with each other and then airing everyone's dirty laundry on the internet, that does not need to happen. Like, crossing boundaries on accident because there was a miscommunication within your group is not abuse. Like, people need, like, there are abusers who are insidious, and they will constantly and consistently cross boundaries on purpose because they are grooming you so they can actually abuse you. So I get that, like, why people are so touchy about, like, miscommunication and boundary crossing and all of these things and the misuse of safety tools. But, like, sometimes people are airing beefs that don't need to be aired because all it was an interpersonal conflict. It was not actual abuse. And I think that, like, that's my other problem with this, like, airing your grievances holiday, is that a lot of people who are young and immature and don't understand their own self enough to recognize when they are being petty or when they are being hurtful themselves, that, like, that's going to take over because some of those people are very charismatic.
I mean, I think that begs a good question, which is, when is it appropriate to bring the smoke public? Because, like, for me, I think my threshold is a little lower than most, which is if you subtweet me, that we doing it. We doing it in the mud. We doing it right in front of everybody, and we doing it in the mud. So
Right.
I mean, I guess that's the question that I have for everybody, which is like, when do you take this shit in the open?
When somebody there was an accusation that really pissed me off, and so I went to that person's DMs because they subtweeted about me, and then I took it public, not public, but I posted on my private Twitter for the people who follow me there to see who that person is, and then found out that person had also had a lot of issues with other people that I'm friends with, and that was an interpersonal conflict, so I didn't put that on public Twitter. I think when somebody is actually abusive, like, okay, so for example, there was a person at a convention a while back who kept groping people and kept crossing physical boundaries that way. And when that was put public on Twitter, it turned out that the person that it had happened to at that convention was not the only one at that convention or ever. That's the kind of stuff that should be aired publicly, because that person was shamed into oblivion and is as far as I know, no longer in the space. Yeah. And that's what should happen. Those things should be aired publicly. Mm-hmm. But private beefs like the one I'm talking about, where somebody said I stole their show idea, like, that didn't need to be put public, because one, my friends know who that is and had similar bad experiences, and that's what I care about. And two, like, I was not named, even though it was very much clear that it was about me. I keep receipts on everything. So, like, if that person wanted to name me, I could have responded to that with receipts. So I think that's the threshold for me, is if I'm named and someone is subtweeting about, like, they're not subtweeting, they're actually saying Nikki stole my show, then I have receipts. I was like, I said I have receipts from August of 2021 where I came up with this idea.
Circumstance,
or Anita came up with the idea.
It was actually my idea first.
It was Anita's idea. I stole Anita's idea.
You know, I agree with you, but I'm not a good person. Like, to me, if you subtweet, we do it in the mud. Like, the way I see it, for every subtweet, that's 10 people you told my name to behind my back. So let's just have it out. Like, I don't deal with the passive aggressive. I don't like that shit. Like, just if you got some shit to say, don't be a wuss about it. Like, let's get it going.
What was my favorite Noir Enigma quote? There's nothing passive about my aggression.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like, I
forgot that I said.
You said that. You said that shit.
That. Mm-hmm.
I forgot who
you said that to.
Who the fuck did I say that to?
That was a certain show that you quit. Well, that I was in with you.
Oh, Joshua Barbo.
I don't give a fuck. His name is Mike.
Company of Wolves. What was that? 2000?
Company of Grey Wolves. 2000.
I cannot speak to that monstrosity.
I don't give a fuck. His name was Mike.
Like,
no, serious. Like, and you notice you don't see that motherfucker around no more. Like I'm just saying.
Like, I kind of agree with you, Noir, that it's just like, if you didn't have the due diligence to come to me first, if you have a problem with me and you don't come to me, if you're subtweeting about me, that is just like, oh, it's time to air out dirty laundry right now. Like, this is what you want. This is what you're talking about. And I mean, no one's ever subtweeted me, but I'm also oblivious. So
that's because you're a sweet babe, though. Like, I was
gonna say, there's a reason that Noir and I are the ones who are talking the most.
It's that Leo energy. Like,
it's that Leo energy. And also, hey, not to just harsh turn onto this. Hey, Darby, What are your 3 wishes?
Oh yeah, I'm so sorry.
Oh yeah.
The Leos
It's
were
all
the
good.
Leos were
The
Leo.
Leo, the
I'm
Leo
a
started
Leo and I
roaring
have
at each other.
autism. I'm bad at taking turns in conversation.
The Leo started roaring
Fucking
at each
interrupt
other.
me. It won't hurt my feelings.
Oh shit! I know I could have used this time to
You
like
had
think
so
about
much
an answer.
time,
I know
Darby.
I had so much time. I've had so much time, but did I think? No, because I don't think ever. I mean, first and foremost, just everyone get that bag. I really wish that everyone would get money, just money. All your actual play shows that need funding, you get enough money to do not the bare minimum of what you want to do, but like ball to the wall. Like, I wish funding for all projects. Well, not all projects. There are some projects that don't funding.
Specific
Whenever a white
projects.
man's like, yeah, it's specific, right? Just like when a white man goes, I want to make. What if we did D&D, but in Japan? All of those projects die instantly. It dies before it even hits Kickstarter page. Any of those projects should just hit the dirt. I guess that'd be my second wish. Anytime someone's like, sensitivity consultants who? I don't fucking need that for something that very clearly should have sensitivity consultants. Your project fails. It hits dirt. You hit negative. The universe is like Unity's new subscription plan. Anytime someone thinks about your thing, you get charged a fee, and it just takes away from your bank account instantly. Last one, I wish I had more time to be in games. That's it. I want to play more games.
No
All
scheduling
you
conflicts
do is-
ever. That is
No scheduling conflicts ever. It always works out. That's the way it's possible.
That's a great wish.
The thing that upsets me, and I say this over and over again, about white people making modules and games and stories using other people's cultures, is that there's really interesting mythology and folklore in white people culture. Like I've been listening to Old Gods of Appalachia, and holy fuck, like that podcast is amazing. If you like horror, it's so good. And that alone, like, they made a TTRPG for that show, and there's like really interesting Irish folklore, Eastern European folklore. Like, there's no reason, Jake, for you to be making a game about ninjas. Okay, Kyle.
Only motherfuckers about to
Okay,
call me
Chad.
today.
You started it. You came on angry, and it passed to me, and
We've all been infected by the rage virus.
it's this, yes, and I already have rage problems.
Bright said that we changed the name of the show to The Whole Chest and nobody told them.
This is the whole chest episode.
Honestly, I wish I had a death note, but instead of killing people, it destroyed their careers. Bro, I'm telling you, the names I'd put in that motherfucker.
But I think that's a good a time as any. Do we want to take a quick break and do some human-y things while chat
Let Noir
enjoys-
breathe it out for a sec.
Just
Oh, I'm fine.
Take a second.
I'm gonna teach Noir the
Mediate.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1 grounding technique during the break.
Oh no! If I stop being this level of angry, I'll fall
He's
asleep.
gonna pass out.
You ever see the movie Crank? That's me right now.
Noir is a
the Ron
barbarian.
Swanson special.
Noir's a barbarian. As long as he keeps raging, they're not gonna hit 0 hit points.
once that rage stops, that's where you get the dazed condition for like a little bit.
I'm gonna put my hand on the oven during break to just stay awake and mad.
All right, let's go to break.
All right, we'll see you all in about 10 minutes. See you soon. Okay, we're clear. And we're back. Welcome back, everybody, for the second half of the episode. How we missed you. I hope you had a good break. I use the royal we when I refer to myself a lot. I realize that. There's that thing that people are talking about with internal dialogue where are you an I me or are you a us we when you think about yourself in your head? I'm an us we. Oh. One sec. Now everybody can be heard. Sorry. I realized that I thought that I fixed my audio, but I didn't. We're good now. Okay, sorry about that.
So
But yes,
what did everybody
Alright.
hear?
Did any? Well, if the captions caught what you said.
yeah.
I think I was muted on my physical mic, and
Oh,
I
no,
don't
no,
think
you weren't. It
No,
was
no,
actually
we-
on my end.
No,
It
you
was-
heard me.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Okay.
it was the Zoom audio. I had it muted on the stream. But yeah, I'm a us we. Noir is both because brain broke, and your brain and your body are two separate entities, Nikki. And then AJ is 19 inches of venom.
Yep. Just gonna leave it at that.
Yep. Darby, are you an us we or an I me?
I've completely lost the context of this.
Oh, there's a
When you think inside your head, like I need to do something, or do you think I need to go do this, or do you think we need to go do this? Like in your head.
Oh. I'll be honest, I try not to think about myself all that much, so I have no idea. Probably all of them. I feel like I've done, I should do this, and also, we gotta get the ball rolling, and also, you dumbass, like, it kind of goes a lot of different ones. There's just
Yeah.
flip-flops. The
It's just,
bisexual special, can't pick one.
hell yeah, I can't pick one. It's just a lot of like, yeah, I need to do this, I need to do this, I need to do that, I need to do that. You dumbass. You need to get this done. And then, there's all that.
19 inches of venom.
19
Anyways,
inches of venom.
but yeah, this is the dark roast. I think I don't know. We kind of
Darker
The
roast.
darker the berry.
We've kind of just been
Darkest
rolling in
roast.
the roast all day,
We-
so.
Someone just gave us just raw beans and we started eating them.
If I have raw caffeine beans, I'll just stop existing. My heart will just stop.
I get
Okay.
migraines when I drink.
I
coffee.
can't drink caffeine.
But let's do more of the usual questions
The
that
usual
we get through,
questions?
and then we could just
So-
shoot the shit.
yeah.
Yeah, I've also got new truth or drink cards, so
Oh,
we got
boy.
really bored.
But
Hey,
we
fire those motherfuckers up. Let's get it.
I bet. All right, first one.
and also chat if you have questions for us, give it.
They ain't got no questions. They soft. Let's get these questions going, Darby.
What's your most embarrassing public restroom story, and how many witnesses were there?
Okay, I have one.
Why were you so ready?
Because like as soon as I heard the words public restroom and embarrassing, I thought of one immediately. Because I still think about this all the fucking time. So okay, I was in a now ooh, I can answer that question in a moment more. So now I was in this bar that's no longer existing. It was a vegan metal bar. It was amazing. I fucking love their fried pickles. I'm so sad they don't exist. And I was confused about the bathroom situation. And so I walked into the men's bathroom, and this guy that was in there kind of looked at me funny. And I was like, I thought it was a unisex bathroom. And I was like, oh, that's progressive. And so I don't remember what I said. I had a couple of drinks this back like a while ago, so I was still drinking at the time, and I got so uncomfortable. I like didn't understand what's happening, and then I turned around to leave because I was like, oh, maybe it's like I asked if it was a one-person restroom. That's what I asked, And he was like, no. And I got confused. I turn around and then I see that there's a women's bathroom across from me. And I went, oh, I'm a dumbass. But he fully was like, whatever, if you're going to use this bathroom, then use this bathroom. He didn't care. But like, I was very embarrassed.
I had when I was in Korea, a long while ago, not when I was in Korea this year, I had to try and find public restroom. But I can't speak Korean, but everyone thinks I speak Korean. So me trying to go, where's the bathroom? And then they start speaking to me in Korean. And I'm like, English, please. Me dumb. Also, the restroom was not the word that they use. And neither is bathroom. So going bathroom, washroom, restroom, none of that worked.
Toilet.
I eventually just pulled out my phone and drew a picture of a toilet with a question mark. It was the most aggravating and anxiety-induced 5 minutes of my life of just standing there with these employees trying to ask where the bathroom is. Turns out it was behind me the entire time.
AJ?
I don't think I have really an embarrassing public bathroom story. Not that I can think of now.
I have one, but it's not embarrassing. It's beautiful in the grossest masculine way.
Oh my god.
I will share it. I was at a bar, and I had loaded up on like just so much bar food, and there's no non-crass way to say like I had to take a wicked pooper, and the problem is like what I loaded up on was very cheesy food, like cheese fries, mozzarella sticks, cheese curds, that kind of thing, and it wasn't happening for me, and it was painful. And I got to the point where I held the walls, was like, oh! But I thought I was by myself, and I wasn't. And I just see the guy in the stall next to me go, oh, thank God, man. Oh! And it just sounded like
Solid poop solidarity.
A chorus.
like two dudes turning into werewolves. Oh! I didn't realize Goo was being whispered quiet, but he was dying on the other side of that wall. And like me not knowing he was there gave him permission to just let it go. So that's my story.
I love that. Mine is the reason I no longer eat pepperoni and cheddar sticks.
What?
So, like, you know how sometimes at, like, a 7-Eleven or a convenience store, they'll have, like, a pepperoni and a cheese in the same package? Usually they're refrigerated. And,
Yeah.
like, I used to love these things. They're delicious. They're incredible. But I made the mistake of having one that might have been a little off. I was not feeling it. So I had to make a beeline for this public restroom and just barely made it there in time. And as I'm like just dying in this stall, a little kid comes in with her mom and is just like, "Ew, smells like poopy." And it hurt my feelings a little bit. It's like, what was it supposed to smell like, little kid?
Wow, this is the action that y'all go here for.
Yeah.
Really quickly, Morshani gave us a question. Question for future shows. What kind of pick shows are you looking for? What do you want to see on the forum to stand out?
that out.
So, when I am looking at GM pitches, I am looking at what system are they running, and if the system is D&D, I'm less likely to want to produce it, but that doesn't mean I wouldn't. And then the other thing I look at is who is pitching. Another thing I look, because I'm going to prioritize people of color and queer people over cishet white dudes. So that's something that I will consider. And then the other thing I want to look at is there an actual idea? Like, is there a beginning, middle, end to this idea? Because sometimes people will just pitch things that they're like, well, here's the theme. And then they run the show and it doesn't feel like it has a clear beginning, middle, and end. And the problem with that is if you're producing 3 to 6 shot series, there has to be a beginning, middle, and end to keep people invested and interested in that, including your players. And so when somebody pitches something that sounds really cool and interesting, but if there's no story, I can't really produce that. Because what ends up happening is there's no satisfying ending. And there needs to be a satisfying ending to shows, in my opinion. And then I look at schedule. And that's basically it.
Nice.
That's a good question, though.
Yeah.
The other question that you asked, yes, we actually did record. We did record the me watching Dungeons and Dragons. I believe it was me, Anita, and Glyza.
Yeah.
I still have that file. Here's the thing. I want to keep that going, or I want to get that going, but I wanted to ask the audience, all 10 of you right now, here's the question. Would you rather that come out in podcast form, where you have to watch along, because that's the problem that we're having, is setting up the timestamp so that everything is congruent, or would you rather have us record it video form where you can watch it on Patreon only, because we can't put it on like YouTube or anything because it would have the movie playing? Well, I've been doing a thing with String Punks where people who donate to their coffee, they get an exclusive actual play. And so we invite you to the Discord. It's locked only for people that have paid to the coffee. And so what we could do is we could do the same thing, except you would be watching the movie with us. You would be muted, but whoever I'm watching the movie with, like, we would have a guest. It might be a member of the Critical Misses staff, or it might be a guest that we had on Morning Ritual, where we watched this really shitty movie and you can watch it with us. And then we take that file and then we make it so you can download it and listen to it later. If you weren't able to make it, it would be visual rather than audio. Actually, we could probably do audio too, but I'm curious if you would prefer it that way, or the way we were trying to do it, which is just an audio only watch along that requires a little bit more timing.
I think what would be cool is what would be cool is if you had a patrons only channel in your Discord, or we had a Patreon Discord that you could, as a community, like, do it as a community event where people who are in that channel have access to this video channel, and then you watch the movie as a group, and so then they can chat, they can type in the chat. Yeah. And then, you, like you said, they'd be muted, but they can type in chat and like be a part of the discussion that way, kind of like how what's it called, Kill Every Monster does their like live events with their community, where they play it on YouTube live, and then people in the chat are able to like communicate, like type in while they're airing the episode, except for, like you said, it would be exclusive to a certain thing because we're watching a media that we don't own.
Yeah.
Right.
So.
Okay. So yeah, let's get some thoughts on that, and then I will because I do have that file. I'll post it somewhere soon. You can hear how much I truly hate that fucking movie.
Marshadi wants a Patreon tier where he can be in the live chat and donate bits for jump scares.
I wonder if the jump scare thing works in Discord. Give us some time to figure that out, and we will make that happen.
All right. We'll workshop this plan. Darby, do you have another truth or drink question?
Let's flip the card. Have you ever broken up on a vacation or a trip? Who dumped who? I think we could skip that one. I've never been dumped on a trip. I've been dumped immediately after a trip. Every time I go to Korea and bring a partner, it seems like they break up with me. So, okay. Not that one. I don't like that one. If money in society were no obstacle, how would you dress?
If money were no obstacle, how would I dress?
In society.
Like an anime character.
Society calls me gay!
Like,
Honestly, not much different than I dress now. I don't think.
Really.
Yeah.
Probably
I might
wear
just have like more wardrobe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm honestly,
I would have more accessories.
I'm trying to do a thing where I dress more and more like a D&D character every day, and it's been working out for me.
Yeah, if anything, I would just have more cosplays.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
Wigs.
More cosplay. I would have more shoes. I would have more custom items that actually fit me. Because I've got that real curvy shape and I'm short, so like things just don't fucking fit.
I would get a nice
I'm sorry.
suit.
I was just watching Nikki look for every word other than thick.
Thick.
The girl
Greasy.
thick, okay? We know this about me. This is the flirtiest admin team I've ever been on. And it works for me. I love it. But yeah, your girl thick. Everyone knows this.
With 3
That was the pain. That's why Morshadi lifted all those boxes for me. Everyone gets to see me. They all got to see me in leggings. That is payment enough. I also bought them pizza, but seeing me in leggings, I think, is payment enough.
Pull a card, Darb.
What's a gift you received that instantly betrayed how little the giver understood you?
Somebody gave me a little vial of bones.
Oh, rad.
Like animal
I gave it-
bones?
Yep.
What was their reasoning for that?
Because I'm witchy and spooky. I don't fucking know. And then they also the same person gave me earrings that were chains, and then at the end had a like bird's talon, and one of the talons had like a little feather on it still, and I kind of like felt the like upchuck in my throat. And I was like, yes, I have cool novelty earrings. No, I do not want to wear dead animal parts. What the fuck? Like, do I wear leather? Yes. Do I want to wear talons on my ears? No. Not real ones, anyway.
Oh,
So-
they were real bird talons, not like...
Yes.
Oh.
They were real bird talons with, like, real feather on them. and the bones were, I don't fucking know, possum bones, rat bones, I don't fucking remember. They were tiny. And
Probably a rat.
when we broke up, I put them in the box of her things to give back to her.
I know who this is. I have a guess.
Oh.
But
It's the most recent woman I dated. How about that's your yeah.
I don't think I mean, I would get like gifts from like family members and stuff that are just like, they're just bleh. I did get one time we do like a Secret Santa with my cousins on both sides, so like one for like my mom's side and one for my dad's side. They both got, on both sides, my Secret Santas got me the same exact tripod for my phone. And I was just like, well, I don't need these.
Anytime
And
someone
how did
buys
you
me
buy the
earrings-
same one?
Anytime someone buys me earrings, I know that they don't know me. And it's happened more than once. I don't have my ears pierced.
You can send those to me.
Yeah, exactly. But the biggest ones, I had actually I got a pair of like really cool Wonder Woman earrings that were made from actual comic and like resin gloss over top of them. That I think I might still have them.
I will send you money to ship those to me. I'm gonna be Wonder Woman for Halloween. So
The biggest one though, my former mother-in-law sent me salt and pepper shakers.
were they special?
No, they were just salt and pepper shakers, and she just kept giving me salt and pepper shakers.
Like different kinds?
Yeah, because in her logic, I needed to start a collection. And this was the collection that she decided that I needed to have, was salt and pepper shakers.
I have a salt and pepper shaker collection.
Mine all went to Goodwill. So
I wish we lived nearer each other so you could re-gift your gifts to me.
I mean, I'm divorced from that family now, so I will never get another salt and pepper shaker again, blessedly. But like,
That's the funny part, is the person I was talking about, her family, who had only met me once, got me better Christmas presents than she did.
Wow.
So I got the salt and pepper shakers. Here's the kicker though, is like a lot of the times what we'd get is like, because she worked for a thrift store, a lot of the times the gifts that we'd get were thrifted, right? So like that's like neither here nor there. But like she would get the other sister-in-laws, like the other daughter-in-laws would get like designer purses or designer clothes that she pulled from the thrift store. And I would get salt and pepper shakers. And like her son tried to defend it as like well, you know, it's equal value in terms of money, because it doesn't cost her anything from the thrift store. I'm like, value and price are not the same thing.
Yep. My my grandmother on my father's side did the same thing to my mom, where she would buy her husband like cashmere underwear, but then when my mom was pregnant with me, she gave her like shitty, not size to her underwear that she got from Target. And then, you know, when babies are just born, they're pretty wrinkly, they're pretty like scrungly looking fuckers, right? Like, I was a pretty scrungly looking motherfucker when I popped out of the womb. Wrinkly, right? My grandmother looks at me. She goes, "Oh, Debbie's so ugly." You know, like, I'm like, not even like a month old at this point. She's like, kind of ugly baby, right? Ha ha ha. And then later on went around to everyone's like, "Oh my god, Darby looks just so much like her mother." That grandmother also stalked me after my dad died, so that was pretty cool. Chill. What was the original?
The question was, what gift? Noir, do you have an example?
I don't really get gifts like that. Like, okay.
If you need time to think, I got one.
I've got one. It's a long time ago. It's the one Christmas. It was the last time I actually got a Christmas present from the folks. So all I ever wanted was a remote controlled plane. I see like the people, they throw the plane and then pilot them, and like that's all I ever wanted. So what my folks did was they got me a plane that had a remote control, and the remote control was tethered to the plane, so it would open its wings, and then the wings would close down, and that's what it did. And I'd never been so like that's my first time acting, because I was like, I love it, it's exactly what I wanted, but I was just like, y'all didn't listen to me at all. My story was hilarious.
That's kind of I've been watching a lot of there's some TikToks that I was watching where it's like a narcissist will buy you a present that is almost exactly what you wanted, but still not quite.
Mm-hmm.
It's like a bargain basement version of the thing that you asked for.
That's kind of why I don't like getting presents. I love giving presents, but like as a person who's bad at masking how she feels, like as an autistic person, I hate getting gifts because so often people don't nail it. But when they do, the joy is uncontained. I get like so excited. But I had a question, Anita. You said something about like mailing something or something. A while back, you asked for my address because you said you were going to send me something. Were you asking for someone else who was surprising me?
Possibly. Yes.
For my birthday?
No. This was something else.
Okay.
You want some
because
earrings that are wolves?
Duh.
Okay.
Absolutely, I do.
There are two wolves on your ears.
One is on the left, the
One
other's
is
on the right.
Like I said,
One tells
people
the
keep
truth,
giving
and
me earrings.
I have a whole novelty earring collection, so yes, I do.
I would like to state, just for the record, I have never bought Anita earrings.
And I appreciate that. And I love you for that.
There's a question for you, Noir.
Yeah.
Oh, what's the question?
With your life reorganization, what are areas in the TTRPG space that you'll still want to be involved in besides CM? I know you mentioned Gen Con with table takes and everything that you do with them, and also Steampunks.
Streampunks, yep. So what's funny is I could say it. Gen Con TV is also doing a rebrand refresh. You can kind of tell that's my I've suggested to both Critical Business and Gen Con maybe we might want to start over. So we're doing that, which has been a lot of work, but it's gonna be pretty cool. Streampunks, I love Eric Campbell and Sam DeLev so goddamn much that they can ask me to do anything and I'd be like, yeah. Other than that, I've wrapped up filming my Call of Cthulhu Harlem Hellfighters Never Dies with Queen's Gaming Society. There are talks about maybe doing another season, but that would have to come much later. I've got a lot of what's funny is I'm leaving the TTRPG space, but it won't feel like that for a while because I've got a lot of pre-recorded stuff coming out.
Yeah, that's how it is.
So it's just like, I'm out this motherfucking deuces, and then it's just like, oh, and here's all this other shit that I'm in. But when I say that I'm leaving the TTRPG space, honestly, that simply means that I'm not like you're probably not gonna see me in as many you're not gonna see me in one shots. I mean, I've got so I'm doing the flagship for Morning Ritual for Critical Misses. I don't know that it's going to be as long as Kingsguard was. Kingsguard was like 2 seasons and like
some episodes.
20 some episodes. I don't see Broken Covenant being that long. I'm pulling out.
Pulling out before you goo.
Before I go, I'll keep everybody updated on like the things that I'm leaving. Just to be 100% transparent with everybody. This is news to even like some of the team here. I've been shopping some potential replacements for me on Morning Ritual. Like I'm kind of done, yo. Like really, I'm very tired. And so yeah, so I guess this is the announcement here. Dungeons and Dragons is kind of that it was a pause in production. I'm pretty sure that's done.
It's fun while I was there.
I was doing a lot.
Yeah.
And I dare say I was doing too much. I still kind of feel like I'm doing too much.
The burnout is real, for sure.
Right, and it's just after a certain point, you can only do so much for the love of the game. And a lot of it wasn't sustainable. Because unfortunately, in this capitalistic hellscape that we are in, time equals money. And I don't have the time to give away for free no more. So
that's why I joined Critical Misses. So I was like, I want to do one thing, not 5 things.
Yeah.
And also because I love Anita and I know that me joining is going to take things off of Anita's plate.
Yeah, even though we have to like steal it off their plate while they're looking away.
I mean, but with that announcement made, we'd love to know, like, who would you like to see replace me as the host of Morning Ritual? Like, I think that would be interesting to see.
Yeah.
Which y'all
Christina Sisto Kindle.
Wait, what?
Christina Sisto Kindle. They're D20X Tina on Twitter. And I'm biased because they're literally one of my best friends and I talk to them almost every day. But they are the reason on my talk show that we started putting the questions in the Zoom chat. They're very professional. They're very good at interviewing people. They're a queer person of color, which I think is really important to have that voice on the show. And I just think like they don't know how charismatic they are, but that's who I would say would be cool. The problem is that like you kind of, the only issue I see is that you kind of have a huge personality. And so replacing you with somebody super organized and like chill might not be the best call. I think the show kind of needs the chaos a little bit. I think a lot of our best clips are from chaotic things that are happening on Morning Ritual. So maybe it needs to be somebody chaotic like Dare.
Lee Mulligan Darby can reach out to our first name basis. I don't know if the kid has the experience to.
Listen, he's a good kid, but I don't know if he's ready for that kind of platform.
No, but
see as how I am the other black person in the staff.
Is that how we doing it?
No.
My melanin. It just flows. It just flows to AJ. Yes. But no, I mean, I for one am excited to see what a post-noir morning ritual would look like.
Yeah, what's that time era in film that was after noir? That was after film noir. I should know this. I was a film major.
I was not. Listen. I told you once. I'll say it again. I'm very stupid. But let's see. What else do we got going on? Let's pull the card. Unless there's another question. I don't know that I answered that one satisfactory enough. But listen,
No, I think you did.
I'm in reverse right now. I just gotta hit the gas pedal.
You said what areas you were in and what parts are shutting down and pulling out before you go.
Before I'm about to go.
These
So
cards are not very chill. These
So
cards are
as
super
a
unchill.
last hurrah, if you could run like a one shot of just like, this is Noir's farewell one shot.
What does Noir's
Who's
swan
at the
song
table?
look like?
Who's at the table? What's the game?
That's a brutal question. That's brutal because I don't want to run shit. Listen, motherfucker. I'm tired.
No, okay.
You know what? Here's my dream one shot.
You don't have to run it. You can be a player.
Here's my dream one shot. You ready?
Mm-hmm.
It's a table, right? Yeah. All that table is a fucking mattress, right? And then on that mattress, player 1 is a comforter. Player 2 is a sheet. Player 3 is a blanket. Player 4, weighted blanket.
I have dibs on comforter.
And then the GM is just the biggest, fattest body pillow you've ever seen.
Nap
And that's-
RPG.
And that is my dream RPG. Just, I need rest. I'm tired. I don't want to worry about shit no more. I don't want to put shit together. I am sleepy.
I'm the pillow if you sleep face down.
EP.
Listen, y'all keep fucking around. I'm a slide in everybody here's DMs.
Look, I'm already unofficially part of the polycule, so.
Yeah, that was a good. I mean, I fucking pulled a Mark Beer on that question.
Yeah, you
You
did.
really did.
You know what? I'm not sorry for it because I acknowledged that I did it. I don't know what a dream table for me would look like. I kind of this sounds.
You've done a lot of tables.
This
throughout.
sounds so fucking conceited, but I kind of did it. I kind of did it all. I played with everybody I wanted to. I haven't played with Mercy yet, but to be quite honest, I kind of don't want to play with Mercer. He's not. My play style, his GM style, probably.
His
Don't know.
player style though is
His player style is much better
Very
than his GM
fun.
style. Yeah, for real.
yeah, because he gets real silly as a player, and that I love when a very serious person does silly. Like it's why I like this. I love this movie that no one else seems to like or care about. But when Nicole Kidman and Will Ferrell made Bewitched, that changed my
It's so
opinion on
good.
Nicole Kidman because seeing her do silly made me love her. I love when serious people do silly.
Yeah, I got the GM Brennan for a bit, and we're trying to make each other cry, and I was holding it in like, "You're not gonna get me, bitch." But let's see. Card time or question time? Who's got one?
I mean, we could point
I
that
have a
question to everyone
question.
else.
Oh yeah, go for it.
Oh, what if it was my last hurrah?
Mhm.
Okay. If I had to do like my swan song and then leave, I want to play with Kate McKinnon. I want to play with Austin, Sailor Scout Austin, at any table, anytime, all the time. Christina, who I mentioned earlier. D. And I want O and C from Transplaner. I want D to run it. And then one more big famous person Dave Bautista. Absolutely. That's my table. It's Bautista, Kate McKinnon, It's the Riddler, D20X Tina, and who else did I say?
Austin.
C in Austin.
C in Austin.
So that's 6 people. I think that table would be a riot. I would get to play Austin's wife again, because I will do that as many times as she'll have me. So yeah, that's mine. But I had a question after this, so don't let me forget. I wanted to ask a question.
Go ahead, ask your question real quick.
My question is, like, when have you cried on stream? Like, has anyone
The
else
latest
cried on stream?
time or like
The most memorable time, the latest time? I've only ever done it once because Sphinx was in the chat the other time. I almost started crying and made me fucking laugh. But
I know for sure. Oh, I've cried a couple times on Critical Misses. It was like, I think it was Arabella's fighting Sivril. That one was a rough one. Probably the most though was when I was on a Shadowrun game, and I played a little too close to the sun, and was like, yeah, why not just give my character all the exact same insecurities and like rough backstory? Like, why remake the wheel? This surely won't be a problem. It was good crying, but I just started fully sobbing on screen. Like, I had people O-checking me like every 3 minutes. I was like, O-check? I'm like, I'm good. Keep this rolling. I gotta keep crying to keep this energy. Like, because the character had a deceased father and a unhappy relationship with their mother, and their greatest insecurities were basically being echoed back to them as voices of themselves. The people changed the overlay, so everyone's image was just of my face. And so I couldn't see them, but they're just like whispering all the things that my character is insecure about, which also I was insecure about. It was just like, you know, nobody loves you and you're just a waste of space, and just like, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, ah! It was a good time.
Stretch. Posture check, everybody.
Thanks, D.
Thanks, D.
Hi, D.
I haven't. We were just talking about you, D. I haven't fully cried yet, but Anita has made me emotional with Star Trek. But I haven't like full on cried yet on stream.
Bet. We can make that happen.
Okay, so I just remembered another time. So the first time I cried on stream was on our Avatar show, and it was the moment that I revealed to my twin that the reason we left home was because our dad wanted to make them go to war. And that scene I have is part of my reel because that was the first time I ever actually cried. And that person that played my twin is my best friend who lives with me now. And so it was just like a very real feeling of like the distance between us that made me sad, you know? And then I almost cried during our Haunted West campaign because I was playing the estranged wife of somebody that I had a weird romantic entanglement with. That we had this roller coaster relationship for like a year, and I made that mistake of putting that very real feeling into the game and some of my very real trauma into the game, and I almost cried, but then Sphinx was in chat and made me laugh, and so I broke character in my little monologue that like I was fully about to cry. And then the last time was CJ, Scholastic Dragon, didn't know about that the thing that they were doing in character was something that I had actual real trauma for. And so when we had this scene together where their character, the NPC was confronting my character for abandoning them, I like fully cried and was so bummed afterwards that I had to go get ice cream at like 9 o'clock at night. But like in that case, it was very like later on I had the catharsis of being able to confront that character again and have a conversation I've never gotten to have with the person who is that representative in my life. And so that was actually really cathartic, and it feels good sometimes to feel bad when you're feeling bad with friends. So that's why I wanted to ask.
Noir, have you ever cried on stream?
Anita?
I mean, everybody knows I've cried on stream. I've talked about these so many times.
I actually didn't know. I want to hear one of your stories.
So the first time I cried on stream was... fuck, I'm gonna start crying now. I'm gonna start crying now! Because, like, this is ridiculous. Why would I... Sip. So the first time was Rotting Shadows. Because I streamed it a week after I buried my mom. And there was a lot of, there's a lot of grief and catharsis in that character, so that was a whole thing. Deep breath. And, like, obviously I've cried on this show multiple times, in and out of character. I cry at the drop of a hat, y'all. I don't understand why these people... So yeah, there's that one. There's, I cried during Growing of the Dim a couple times. I think anytime I put a lot of myself in a character, I wind up crying.
You can't help but put yourself in the character.
Yeah, it happens a lot. Anyways.
It's so easy.
It's
so easy.
Everyone should do it.
I mean, I think that's one of the
maybe
reasons
take
I
care of
even like
yourself, 'cause
playing
grief is real.
TTRPGs. Yeah, for real. But like, I think that's one of the things that always drew me to TTRPGs. There's like the theater kid in me, and getting to play a character is nice. There's the catharsis of not being yourself for a little bit. There's the catharsis of exploring your own issues, gender, sexuality, all of those things, trauma. And then there's also the fact that, like, as an autistic person, having structure and rules for my structured make-believe with friends is really helpful.
Yeah. Anyways.
Noir, have you cried on stream?
Yes. I was just thinking, like, the 2 times I've cried the hardest, there's one not streamed and then there's one streamed. So which one do y'all want?
The streamed one.
Okay. It was the morning ritual reel that AJ put together. That hit me where I lived. And like I really like doing the show. I've always liked talking to people. And I felt like this was good. Like we were putting some good out there.
Yeah.
And it was weird seeing it all laid out, like, because I have a complicated relationship with the TTRPG space. And it can be an ugly place, and a lot of the times access is gate kept in a lot of times access to things like shows are gatekept depending on your popularity, your followers, what you can do for the show. And when I came on, I did not want that to happen. Like, one of the first things I said was like, I want, somebody with 10 million followers one episode and somebody with like 2 the next. And I feel like we held to that for the most part. I just wanted to give people a chance and a place to be heard, because like, so much of our life is spent being told no and being ignored, and I wanted to fight that a little bit. It's kind of like trying to fight the wind, but you do the good that you can, and it's just seeing it all laid out. It fucked me up because I feel like I can't create anything. I feel like all I do is destroy stuff, set expectations, and fail. I feel like I don't deliver. And this was a thing that said, hey, you at least did this. And for a few minutes, I genuinely liked myself. And I don't normally do that. And it hit me in a way that I was not expecting. So that I did not think that I was going to cry. I was not trying to cry. I was actively trying to not cry. But it really fucked me up. So that's the time that got me the most. Little bitch.
Now cry more. I'm just gonna keep bawling because my emotions are raw. They're always really close to the surface. Morshadi had a question. I think I should probably answer that.
For you, the channel has gone through many changes over its existence. What upcoming change are you really excited about? Also, gush about yourself for 60 seconds.
I'm actually very excited about this sort of shift that we're going to be doing to more talk show content, because I think that that's something that we are very good at. I think that bringing people on and like talking to them and having them tell stories is something that has always been core and integral to the channel since inception. And I think that, let me move the mic a little closer. I believe that the one thing that I had always wanted this channel to be from like the jump was Critical Misses was born out of bad days. And the idea that, fuck, hate this. Okay. Water. The idea that no one should have a bad day at a gaming table. Like, you should be able to, like, set aside anything that's going on, like, any problems you're experiencing, and have a safe space where you can talk and tell a story, because stories help us, right? Fuck. Stupid goddamn onions in this room. So humid. My eyes are sweating.
Onions are being cut.
Huh?
Someone's cutting onions.
Making a lasagna for one.
But yeah. And I'm proud of the work that we've done here to make sure that people that wouldn't normally have a platform have a platform. And I mean, we've had missteps. We've given platforms to people that didn't deserve it in the end, or showed their true colors after a little bit. And that's always disappointing, but I'll never feel bad for trying to give someone a chance. If they prove me wrong, if they prove themselves to be a piece of shit, then, well, but at least I tried.
We only learn from it.
Exactly. At least I tried to put someone on. It's I'm only responsible for the work that I put in, and for the work that, and for the hand that I put out. I'm not responsible for what people, I mean, if people do something shitty with it, then I do hold a little bit of that accountability, but at the same time, like, I'll never feel bad for giving someone a voice, but if they do something bad with that voice, then I have to learn from it. Anyways,
to counter that, when I got into this streaming space, you were one of the first people that I looked to and that I saw as a role model in the space. And I remember messaging you early on and how excited I was when you started following me. And then the show, one of the first shows I ever got to stream on was that wrestling one shot. And like that's how I got introduced to Noir. That's how I got to meet Sim, who, like, for a while there, like, we were talking all the time, and like we did a Stardew Valley stream together one summer. And so, like, getting to Sphinx, were you part of that too? Was Sphinx in that too? So that's how I got to meet Sphinx.
My brother was running that.
Yeah, that was so much fun and so ridiculous and silly, and you made me laugh so hard, Anita. And I knew nothing about wrestling, but like that was one of my first opportunities, and because of that I got a lot more opportunities and more courage to put myself out there, and then starting my own shit. And so, like, that's why when the first time I got to come on Morning Ritual, I knew what all of the questions were because I was watching almost every episode. And like, really, I don't know, it was just, I just have looked up to you for a long time. And so to be now on the side of like being your friend is really freaking cool, and it makes me really happy.
I just looked up the first DM you ever sent me. It was about personality tests, about Enneagram.
Was it?
Yeah.
That's so fucking funny.
Because I think I had a tweet out a while ago about, it was, give me a song that you think matches my vibe, and I'll give you a song that you think matches yours. And then I think you gave me a song from a Enneagram 2 playlist.
Yeah.
And I found out that I'm a 4. I don't know what that means.
The 4 is a very creative, insular looking, like looking inside, kind of personality. And it depends on what wing you have, and it wouldn't surprise me if you were a 4 wing 3, because the 3 is the ambitious person, and I think that there is a bit of ambition that you have, and the 5 is more like the scientist type. I could talk about Enneagram for hours, so if anyone ever wants to talk to me about Enneagram, I will pay the $12 for you to take your actual test. I think it's a great tool for looking inward at yourself, because it gives you a list of the things that you really struggle with, and where you go in times of stress. And so, like, as an example, I'm a 2, which is a helper, and I'm a 2 wing 3, which is the hostess, so that surprises nobody. I'm all about community and like bringing people together and all of those things, and I host a lot of like dinner parties to that effect. And the reason that I loved it is it was like when you're in times of stress, you go to 8, which is the challenger. but you go into the bad traits of that, and that's where you see my rage and my anger come to the surface and really get aggressive. And so I think it's a really cool tool for exploring yourself. Kind of
I just
like
did the free
astrology is a
version.
good tool.
Yeah.
Yeah, and a lot of people do. But yeah, I think it's a great tool for exploring things and your relationships with others.
Aw.
So, as a tool.
Yes, as a tool, not a guideline that
Right.
you should live your life by.
Right.
Aw. God, now I'm gonna be all verklempt for the rest of this.
Do you want me to
episode.
do something squishy about everybody in this call? Because I can.
You don't have
I'll do Noir next. So
You get back here, you bitch.
so whenever I would start to feel discouraged because so many bad actors do so well in fucking D and Marshadi, you're next. I'm gonna squish y'all next. But whenever I would get discouraged because I constantly watch other channels that secretly are not great. Like behind closed doors, people are talking shit about them, but never actually bring it up in the public eye. And so those people keep getting more and more successful. And so whenever that would happen, whenever I would feel bummed about that and I needed a pep talk, I would reach out to Noir. And Noir's opinion matters a lot to me because as a very honest person, I know that they're never going to like butter my ass. They're going to tell me the truth. And so having Noir say, no, like you're amazing. You deserve to have what those people have, and it's not fair that you don't. Or getting those community shout outs that Noir does on Morning Ritual. Or remember, I saved the clip where y'all were talking about how pretty I am because sometimes I needed to see that. And so Noir has been in my corner from almost the start of my career in this space, and it's been meant a lot to me. Darby is the sweetest, will bully me by sending me money so that I will buy things that I want but don't want to spend money on. Sent me money so that I could buy Civ 5 or whatever, 4 or 6, so that we could play it together. And just like the fact that like this whole time Darby has been doing the effort to be my friend has been amazing. As a neurodivergent person, it's really hard for me to maintain friendships. And Darby has always made the effort to maintain our friendship, and that means a lot to me. AJ is the person. If you guys can hear my AC kick on, I'm sorry. AJ is the person that I reach out to when I have horny thoughts that I can't put out in the public.
That's me,
I trust
the horny.
From wholesome to
receptacle.
whoresome.
Hey, here's the deal though.
H-O-L-E.
There's nothing unwholesome about being horny. It's being horny is perfectly natural and fine. It's that having that kind of acceptance is really important, and the emotional flexibility that AJ has is really cool and impressive. And also AJ's a fantastic voice actor, an actor in general, and I'm very much looking forward to meeting them in person. Okay, now I'm gonna do the chat. Sphinx, I've said this so many times, I'll say it again. Sphinx is one of the most supportive community members you can have. He always shows up. He's always there. He especially I noticed that if my cast, he's always there to support casts that are diverse and inclusive, and he'll always be in that chat, even if he's in his own stream. He's lurked in streams that I've produced because he wants to support the people that he cares about. And also, he isn't a big talker, but when he does say things, they're either very profound or they're very funny. And I've had such an amazing time. Sphinx is in one of my home games, and I've had such an amazing time getting to play with him every other week. And when that game ends, I'm going to be so sad because it's great just like having him around and seeing his face. D is one of the most talented motherfuckers I've ever met. One of the most beautiful faces I've ever seen. I'm going to smooch them if I ever get the chance. And D has this voice that makes me feel warm inside of my soul. Like their natural speaking voice. Morshadi is also a person that I can count on as a very supportive person who checks on me when it seems like things aren't going well or that I need the extra love, and is also a person who's very honest with me. No one's safe. I'm doing everybody. Who else is in chat that needs to be squished? That I know.
Squishes everyone.
Everyone who's watching and tuning in right now, I love you. I don't know all of you, but I appreciate you. I love seeing the people who show up every week in the chat to support the show and for hanging in there in this very chaotic episode. But anyway, so that's my love. For myself, I'm gonna squish myself now.
Self-squish.
I have worked very hard to be a self-aware person. I work very hard to help other people reach their best self, and I encourage folks all the time to get the things that they want out of life and to go for it and to not be afraid and to take risks and all of those things in my personal life and also professionally, because as a 5th grade teacher, I work with kids who are affluent and they have so many anxieties about their future, and helping them to express themselves is one of the most beautiful experiences I have. And being a openly queer and openly disabled teacher is very powerful.
Yeah.
So that's my squish for myself.
Back to horny thoughts and buttering ass. Laura was also thinking that.
Yeah, wow, you just go pull me in with ya. You just gonna fucking sell me out. I was
horny.
here. I got away with it.
No. Because we both looked up and had the same look.
Yeah, that human needs a job, says D.
But man, I don't know how to follow that up. That was so much positivity, and I'm a beacon of negativity.
Lies and deceit. You're not a beacon of negativity.
All I do is hate.
Do we want to just start shouting out people that we love?
Is this the community spotlight, or are we just diving into the
community spotlight?
Yeah, I think that's a good spot to end the show on, because I know Darby has a hard out in about 15 minutes.
Yeah.
Oh, so who's going?
I'll start. I want to talk about 2 people. I want to talk about Natalie. Oh my god, I forgot Natalie's last name. But Natalie is Nat 20 and Luck of the Harbor games, and is a game creator and just one of the most naturally very funny and charismatic people, and very subtly in a way. Like, so there are people who are very funny, but they like steal the spotlight a lot. And Natalie is a person who's very funny and knows how to share the spotlight, and that's what makes her such a good GM. And then the other person is one of my closest friends, Christina Sisto Kendall, who I brought up earlier. And Christina is not aware of how charismatic he is. And I think that's a shame, because he's incredibly talented, incredibly intelligent, and super hot. I mean, all my friends are hot, but like, I think that if you have a writing project that, especially a spooky one, especially one that is going to incorporate queer history, Latina history, those sorts of things, that Christina is the best person to reach out to. I love that spooky bitch so much. And I have driven to Portland several times to see them. So those are my two big ones right now that I'm thinking about.
Yeah, yeah.
All right, Popcorn, and who's next?
Darby.
No, I put my finger on my nose.
I picked AJ earlier. It's your turn.
No. Okay. I mean, the folks at Nameless Domain, like Scary Dog Friend, Joe, Josephine, is fucking. Their brain is just so fucking huge. I don't understand how they just. Yeah. A lot of the Nameless Domain folks I've been hanging out with a lot recently, and I just love all of them. Like CJ, Scholastic Dragon, and like Kendo, Kendo Makes Films, stuff like that. People like that. Hamna, Lilith, TTRPG, just fantastic people. That's kinda where I'm at. Also D. I will always shout out D. It's the
Shout out
Riddler.
D.
You should always shout out D. You think you're safe in that chat? You ain't safe.
Catch them fucking strays.
Catch them fucking strays, bitch. Yes, but that's where I'll leave that. All popcorn is AJ.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just gonna shout out my usuals of just like I love Super Dylan and Andre Rivera Art, two people that as of late has become just people that I just talk to a lot more, and just hang out, and we just shoot the shit, and just having that comfort, and just like everyone that I hang out here in New York with Dylan, Wally, and Christian, a Fluffy Goomba. Without CM and everything that we've done here, like I don't think I would have met those three and realized that we all live in the same area, and just they become like my solid comfort friends and everything. Also want to shout out Serenity, Click Clack Stack. Faye is doing so good with their Schmommy friends, and also their TikTok and just creating content. She is trying so hard to make me like Asterion, and I'm just like, I'm gonna stab that guy. That guy's gonna get stabbed. But it's all jokes, and I love all of them very much. And also love Noir and Anita, because I'll always shout them out, because without them dragging me along, I wouldn't be here.
BS.
You know what? Fuck you. Popcorn it to you.
Oh, fuck you, dude.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Let's see. Wow. We're gonna start off with Sphinx. If Sphinx isn't in your AP's chat, I'm not watching it. if he doesn't show up, I don't trust you. So I mean, there you go. Sphinx is my Rotten Tomatoes for actual plays. Let's see. The stream. Okay. I'll be open book. The Stream Punks. Eric Campbell and Sam DeLev. I mean, honestly, around the time that they invited me to Stream Punks, I was getting ready to quit, because honestly, I I don't feel like anything I've done in the space matters. I still kind of feel that to some degree, which is why I'm still leaving. But to have folks that have done the damn thing, like to have Geek and Sundry alumni who are also just really just amazing people all the way around, see something in me. I don't get it. I keep waiting for the other shoe to drop for them to go, wait, oh my god, it's you. So that means a lot. So yeah, everybody involved in the Stream Pucks, Eric Campbell, Sam DeLev, Lisa Pearl, Bonnie Gordon. Like I'm playing with folks who like I watched. It's weird. Everybody involved in Critical Misses. I was never meant to be the co-host of this show. I was supposed to be the first guest, and that was it. And I kind of got stuck. I didn't mind it so much, but it's something else. D, funniest person I know. It's upsetting how funny that motherfucker is, to be quite honest with you. I quote D more than I want to admit. Like, that was my nickname in high school.
I think we all have the D.
How's it going, gamers? Like,
Who
like
is that?
it's just like, yeah, but
Who's
like
that?
D has made such a lasting impression in my life that I wouldn't talk the same had I not met her. So
Need to make a
Nikki,
drive.
Yeah, say
I
something,
mean-
D. Say something, D. I dare you.
Nikki, like I love watching everything that you do. I love that. I love how you understand yourself and you make moves, because I don't understand myself. I haven't accepted how I think and all that kind of stuff. So I just it's amazing. Darby, you are just one big old ball of potential, and every time I'm just like, oh, we're getting there. Like, I see that there's even more that you can do, and it's upsetting. Stop being capable of so goddamn much. You knock it the fuck off right now. AJ, man, like, you fucking wrung all the tears out of me, you dickhead. Fuck you.
That's all for me, folks. I've done my job. I'm out of here.
Morshadi, your picture should be next to the phrase "day one" in every dictionary. And I've been talking too long, so I'm just going to stop now.
I guess that leaves me. My spotlight. So the last weekend on the 9th was actually the 5-year anniversary of Critical Misses as an in-person actual play community that I started in Calgary. And I got such like a really nice DM from Kappa, from Christian, and like just sent me the kindest, sweetest, like, you like congratulations that I've received, and it made me cry just a little, because I cry at the drop of a hat these days apparently. And yeah, just like such a good dude, like, and just a voice like an angel, honestly.
It's honestly unfair.
Very genuine.
Very genuine human.
Majestic hair.
Yes.
Taller than I expected them to be. A great
He's like
hugger.
6 foot. Like, what?
I could talk about Kappa all day.
Yeah.
Like, if life were a creative character, you could choose what you look and sound like, I would have
You
been
look
Kappa.
like Kappa.
Absolutely. I want to
look
look
like
like Kappa. Yeah, I drove 2 hours to have lunch with Kappa. Like,
Hell yeah. So Kappa's on my list. Another person on my list is Sarah or Hype Goblin. Also has been sending me really nice messages. Super nice person, and actually Unseelie Jess or Jess from Three Flings, Miss Jess 03 on Twitter, and has been sending me Malort memes for the last several days, and has been like super nice and kind, and like always just such a good GM too. Is kind enough to invite me on her channel for a 3-shot or for a 2-shot for. And another person that I want to shout out, speaking of, is Craig, or Nerdburger Craig, who has been one of the reasons I've been able to pay my bills lately. Has been keep bringing me back for graphic design work for any of the projects that he's been working on for Caper Cyberpunk, which is funded on Kickstarter, and you should check that out. I should probably put a link in chat to that. And that's one of the things that I'm actually going to be working on after this is something for Craig. I'm going to be putting something together. But yeah, you should back this this project, which I'm gonna throw in chat right now. Caper Cyberpunk is fully funded, and they're looking at Kickstarter stretch goals at this point, and I can't thank him enough for giving me a chance and letting me design logos and fun things for him, and like actually learn a bunch of stuff while I'm at it, like how to do book renders, or like that's the whole thing. Like, I get to learn how to do stuff, and that's always very important to me. And obviously everybody that's in this chat, everybody that's in this Zoom window call with me right now, y'all are incredible, and I love all of you for each and individual ways that I don't have nearly enough time to gush about. And I think that's about it for me. What's up?
That just reminded me of 2 other people I want to shout out real quick. I want to shout out HTT Paladin.
Yeah, Paladin's great.
Yeah.
And for bringing me on to the Polyhedral team and letting me help them out with doing that interview book series. It's been a blast hearing all these interviews and learning so much about different people in the space, and also just helping them out in any way that I can to be on this journey with them and make that book happen. And 2, I want to shout out my most recent person that has hired me, NoNat1s. He is a YouTuber that does Pathfinder videos. I got to meet him at Gen Con, and he just opened. He's just a really swell guy, and just made me feel really welcome with his team and everything. So yeah, just want to shout him out. He's been very cool with me.
Yeah. Paladin gave me a pep talk during Gen Con that I really needed to hear at the time. But yeah, that's I think it for this episode of Morning Ritual before I start crying again. I've been one of your hosts, Anita. You can find me everywhere at Panita or at Critical Misses. I do things. You can just follow me and find that out. We're in the middle of a rebrand and a relaunch right now, so stay tuned for our Twitter and all of our social media platforms for more information on that. We started up a TikTok, and it's been getting a little bit of traction. That reminds me, I need to talk to AJ about getting some more content for that. And Noir, do outro thing, please. Save me.
What am I supposed to do?
Say who you are and where did the find
Oh shit! Right, yeah, I'm Noir. Don't look for me. I'm fucking leaving. Bye.
Follow them on TikTok for all their takes.
No, don't.
Follow them. Do it. Let them go live.
Don't look for me, motherfuckers.
And guess, why don't you do your quick little shout outs, starting with Nikki.
Hi, I'm Halfling Nikki everywhere online. That's Nikki. And I don't have anything going on right now. It's the first month of school, so I took a hiatus from streaming. But I will be looking at GM pitches and getting back to people as soon as possible so that we can start casting. So keep an eye on that. Darby, go.
I was muted. Hi, hello. My name is Darby, otherwise known as Chaotic Darby on the internet. I am doing stuff and things, and you can find me anywhere on the internet as Chaotic Darby. If I have a handle there, that means I've claimed it. I'm not on Instagram. I hate photos of myself, so don't look for me there. Yeah.
I'm AJ, also known as Husha Kid. You can find me almost everywhere as Husha_Kid or Husha Kid as one word. Yeah, I'm just in the thralls of editing. I'm trying to get the first 3 episodes of Lurking Legends out by either right after Big Bad Con, which you could see me, Darby, and Nikki at if you're going. So stay tuned for that. But I have so many things to add, and I'm only one person. So, but we're gonna get it done.
Heck yeah. Well, that's been our show. Thank you all so much for joining us and stopping by and hanging out. We're going to go on a raid. Who do we want to go say hi to, everybody?
We got either Total Party Kiss or Sam the Land.
TTRPG Gifts is also doing
their
TTRPG
Stream for
Gifts.
Solidarity, Roll for the Arts.
So let's head over there. I think they're doing an interview right now. But yeah, let's head over to TTRP Gifts and or GIFs, whatever you want to pronounce it, and we'll go say hello to those folks over there. Thank you all again so much for stopping by and hanging out with us. But until next time, the ritual has concluded. Bye, everybody.
Lovely.